Yo! Hello, everyone. Hi.
Hello.
The podcast is back. I was out of town for a work trip. I don't know if y'all could see this. I was in the middle of Pittsburgh working on a 2-story building, on a south-facing building, and my hands got fried.
Ooh.
Oh, God.
That's like the only part of me that got burnt because I wore a sweatshirt. I didn't care how hot it was. My pasty Irish ass was gonna burn, and I'm lucky this is all it was. I sent it to my mom, I'm like, who's a registered nurse. I'm like, should I be worried about that? She goes, the fuck did you do? Laser your hands? I'm like, no, I went outside. She goes, God, I forget how easily you burn. Thanks, Mom. Love you too. But, yeah, I was out of town last week, and, we got big old beefy boy. We got a big old beefy boy of a podcast.
Boy.
The beefiest boy. That's the title of my autobiography. That's
my nickname in high school.
That was the title of my first porn.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, but yeah. So we've got a lot to go through, but we're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about our weeks first. Mike, how was your week?
Boy, it's been a week. I have some thoughts on Supergirl, which I will get into for the movie section, and I've got a little bit of a rant for the stupid is as stupid does.
Oh, Mike, nobody was acting out of hand or out of pocket about Supergirl. You couldn't possibly.
No.
Not the slightest.
Oh, that's crazy.
Absolutely.
Other than that, yeah, this week is a scorcher where I live. The heat index will be somewhere in the hundreds. Thursday, the high will be 96, and it sucks.
Oh, good lord!
And the worst part is where I am recording right now. If I didn't have the air conditioner going for like a good 2 hours before we hit record, I would be melting.
Oh my God. In your attic. You're in your attic, right?
Well, it's like a finished part of the attic.
Jeez. Godspeed, good sir. Good God. Bree?
Oh, I wish it was 96 by me Thursday. God, I wish. So a bit of like up and down, but just to prove Brock's point, I did something crazy. Don't worry, it's not like too crazy.
She bought a thing.
Da-da-da.
It's a big old boy. It's the Switch.
Yeah, I couldn't even believe it. I was like, I knew it was bigger, but I was like, oh, wow. But anyway, I had like an extra HDMI port on my, my HDMI switcher, and then I just bought like another like extension cord, and I just moved stuff around. So both the Switch 1 and Switch 2, I can just switch an HDMI channel, so then that's all good to go. And then, yeah, as you can see, that has DK on it, because I was like, do I want another life simulator? I'm like, the last DK game that I could say that I played, like, honestly, was probably 64.
Yeah! It's one of my favorite games of all time!
Oh no, I actually probably still have it somewhere. I have like the see-through green 64 that came with DK 64.
Nice.
For those that don't know, Rare back in the N64 days was like the Bulls in the 90s.
Oh yeah, no.
For making video games.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I can't even tell you how many hours I put in that game. But also, since it is the last day of June, and it is the last day of Pride Month, I do have a new episode of Lay Crap On. It is officially our longest episode ever, clocking it at just under 2 hours.
Jesus.
And just to give a little preview, here's the thumbnail.
Jesus Cristo.
Which, by the way, the Pray the Gay the Way bottle, if I ever get enough to sell merch, I am selling that. That's actually a plot point in this movie. So, the gay, evil, homophobic brother, who is, by the way, played by a porn actor / NSYNC reject member.
That's a hell of a resume.
Oh no, like, he just looks like a reject, you know. What if Lance Bass was too subtle? But anyway, one of his plans is to like boil holy water to make a potion and then stick it on his brother's apartment door to make him not gay.
By the way,
this isn't satirical. I wish it was.
by the way, this movie came out before The Room.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Holy God.
No, honestly, the way that it looks and the way that it's shot, it makes The Room look like a fucking James Cameron movie.
That's... Wow, okay. That's a fucking statement. Dear
Yeah, it is.
good God. Alright, whoa. Hold on.
Yeah, that's
whoa,
weird.
boy.
I know like that.
Kiona, how was your week? Other than dying of heat.
Just stellar. Just the best week of my life, let me tell you. I love it so much. Jeez. This week has just been crap after crap after crap after crap, and I'm not even talking about family stuff. Yeah, we lost our AC over the past couple of days, so that's been really sucky, and it's now like 100 degrees in my room, and I'm sweating this thing out like in a sweat box or something. And other than that, it's just been bad news in the games industry pretty much all week long.
Yeah.
You guys know how I feel already about it. On the good side, Destiny's still fun. So for as long as the servers run, we're at least going to be able to have that. I still have my comfort game in some way, shape, or form. And I just had my best Iron Banner match before coming on the podcast, so that's something.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a week. We'll get into it, I'm sure. Also, Supergirl was fine. I don't know what people are belly aching about, for fuck's sake.
We'll get
people
to
just
that.
need
She
to grow
doesn't
up.
look like a porn actress, Kiona.
Oh,
You
I
should know the
know.
rules by now.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I'm
I mean,
like,
even
that's
reasonable people have issues with the movie, which is fine if you have critiques of the movie, but
It's
I mean,
fine.
I just
but
think
it's
that it's
become
like...
like impossible to like have an honest discussion.
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
exactly.
Yeah.
To have like any kind of nuanced discussion about the movie. Like, I don't think the movie's perfect by any means, but I did enjoy myself.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? This is a fine film. Like, it's not great, okay? I mean, I've constantly said this, that I found things to enjoy even in the first Suicide Squad movie. There were things that I liked about that movie. God forbid. But
I was
I don't
fine
know.
with this. Fine with the Suicide Squad because I remember I saw it for T-Mobile for $4. For $4,
Well, there
it was
you go.
fucking great.
Oh,
But you
yeah.
know what? Honestly, in a few years, I kind of feel like Supergirl's just gonna be this iteration
think
of
so.
DC's The Marvels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean, like, I remember, like, the Marvels got so much backlash, and it's like, that movie was okay. It wasn't like the
it
worst
was
movie I've
fine.
ever seen.
And also, it's like only 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. This
But
movie
also,
was fine. This movie had bright spots to it. Jeez.
No, but like
everybody's
acting like
treating it
Millie
like it's
Alcox
terrible.
is ugly,
I know.
Rhaenyra Targaryen,
God.
like, are you high?
She doesn't have quadruple D boobs and a giant ass. Well, you know the rules by now. How long have you been on this podcast?
Yeah,
my
I know,
favorite
but-
thing.
Hey,
My favorite
hey,
thing is, like, everybody saying Sydney Sweeney should have been Supergirl. I'm like, thank
Oh my God,
Sydney
no.
Sweeney
No.
was
Sydney
Supergirl.
Sweeney should be Power Girl if she's going to be anything. For the love
Yeah,
of God.
Or just not in movies. How about that?
I guess I love how blonde character. It should be Sydney Sweeney.
It's ridiculous.
And I
Didn't
love
Margot
also,
Robbie kind of have that moment too?
Well, Margot Robbie had that with because it was Harley Quinn, whatever. It's like, the best part about that was I saw people on my timeline going, it's really stupid how they didn't put Sydney Sweeney in this movie. Sydney Sweeney in a superhero movie would have been a home run.
No.
And anybody wanna
No. Does anybody remember?
bring up a giant contradiction to make that statement not work?
Does anybody remember a certain web?
And you wanna know what?
a
It wasn't
madam
even
of some kind?
her fault.
No
In that movie. It wasn't. That it's outrageous. When Supergirl comes up, I've not gotten a chance to see it yet. I was dead tired yesterday. I'll be either seeing it tomorrow or Thursday.
Nice.
But so I have had a week. I had to go to a work trip. I'm terrified of heights, for those that don't know. And I said yes to this work trip after like 5 different guys who work in this department said no. And then I was like, all right, fine. It's a week where I don't have to pay for food and I get free lodging and I'll just be in a hotel, whatever. And then I find out after I say yes that we're installing windows on a second story 35 feet up in the air. I'm like, are you going to tell me this? And we got the work done. It was travel day Friday, Monday, Friday, and then work Tuesday through Thursday. So we get there, and then 5 hours into the first day, we were only installing brick mold, which is basically this big metal trim piece on an arch window. It was a church. It was actually a church that the windows were ordered by Ben Roethlisberger's wife, and I got to meet her. That was crazy.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
What the heck?
it was just outside of Pittsburgh. It was weird.
There's a random thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I saw the site slip, and I'm like, that says Roethlisberger. There's no way. And then all of a sudden, they came and thanked us for getting the work done. And I'm looking, I'm like, and all of a sudden the site manager comes in and goes, feel crazy that you just met Roethlisberger's wife? I'm like, that was her? Super short girl. Roethlisberger's got to have like 1.5 foot on her. But, so, through getting this first window done, the hydraulic lift we were on just starts dying and leaking hydraulic fluid.
Oh,
So
God.
we had to quit and stop doing it like halfway through the day. And this guy who's with me only has a hotel through Wednesday. So he wants to leave, and then Thursday it would just be whatever. So then, after getting only one window done, because it took us forever to figure out how we wanted to do it, we had to leave. And then the next day, we'd show up like an hour and a half early. They were supposed to send a tech out to look at the thing, and all that we saw is that the filter was loose for the hydraulic fluid. We figured that was it. And we saw the lift hadn't moved, but that filter was tightened. I'm like, well, I hope that guy drove it or did something to figure it out. So we get back up on the lift, and we're doing some stuff, and I look down, and I'm not kidding, this thing is literally puking hydraulic fluid out of the bottom of it.
God.
Oh,
So we get down, and we had to lower this boom lift because it starts to lose control from the boom controls once you lose hydraulics. You can still control it from the ground. And we had to lower it as slow as we could, and then like crawl out of it over like masonry bricks and stuff because we couldn't move the crane. We could just lower it. And then we open up this big side like vinyl plastic thing that like covers all the innards, and we open it up, and we had to move back because it was sprayed on the inside like a sprinkler, and we almost got doused in hydraulic fluid. And then we had to get a guy to come in, and because they were only like 5 minutes away, and then we find out that this guy comes in, looks at all this, blah, 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 and he drives it around, and I see him filling it with hydraulic fluid. I'm like, well, he must have figured out what the problem was, because otherwise he would be filling it again. We find out that the main feed hose for the hydraulic fluid off the machine was barely even finger tight. So, like, barely tightened. So it was just literally pissing out the sides of the main hose of this hydraulic
jeez.
fluid. So it was, yeah, that was great. But besides that, I finally finished playing a game that I was playing for a while on and off called Echoes of the End. It is basically a God of War 2018 clone with how it plays, except you only have a sword, you have spells, and you have a secondary person that does casting. So it plays just like you have in Atreus. It's a really cool little 12-hour game if you want to play it. It's on PlayStation Plus. It's great. And I started watching Fire Force.
Ooh.
It has got some of the best sound design in anything animated I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, it is ridiculous. And I don't know how I expected anything else. It's from David Productions that does JoJo's. So,
of course.
like, the amount of work I've seen them do for sound effects just with the stands alone is great. So I'm like 12 to 13 episodes in on that, so that's been really good. The other interesting thing I had is, like, people have been going in and out of my house for working on AC and other things, and my front door hasn't been used a ton, because when they open the front door and they just open the garage and go in and do all that, because you can get to my, like, basement where the cool room is, where, like, the storage room where all the stuff has been put in. I then look up, because I haven't used my front door in so long, that there was a good-sized hornet's nest just on the side of my front door that somehow the guys coming in and out didn't notice. So I had to take that out. Then I find out also, yesterday, the hornet's nest was today's problem. Yesterday, I find out that, like, my steps going up are, like, partially, like, outdoor carpeted and other things. There's, like, a little crevice that's grown in between, like, the front two steps going in. That I had multiple freaking 1.5 foot long garter snakes just, like, hanging out around on the inside of there that scared the shit out of me. So I've had my own little animal kingdom by my front door for like a week now, and I was not aware of it.
Yeah, I get like chipmunks and stuff going in and out of my garage.
I'll tell you guys the best one, and then we'll get to buy yourself. My mom, for whatever reason, like, on that end of my house, we have a chimney. It's basically non-operational. We haven't used it forever, and you have to clean it, and we can't use it before because there was no venting in the house. So if you used it, the basement would be thermonuclear, and the only way to get the air out would be up the steps, so you literally couldn't be in the basement if it was running, and that was where my room was. And we haven't used it in probably like 6 years at this point, and my mom was convinced that me or my friends was screwing around with this wood stove that chimney led to, because there was ashes pushed out of it. And then I'm in my now room upstairs. My stepdad is in his office, like, work because he's a construction foreman. And they were working on plans for a new hospital that was being built like an hour away from me. And I hear the most blood-curdling scream I've ever heard in my entire life emanate from my basement from my mom. She slams the thing shut, didn't know she was in it, and comes screaming up to me and Jeff, "Go kill that thing, go kill it."
Oh boy.
What? So, and then he goes, Brock, get downstairs. Jeff goes in the garage and grabs a pair of welding gloves because we're not sure what we're going to find. We open up the little hatch front door to this wood stove, and there is like 4 to 5 different dead, decayed squirrels in this thing, and one half-decayed one staring out at my stepdad. Because there used to be trees that were far enough that if you fell down this chimney, there's like no way of getting back out. So then they just crawled down into this thing and eventually just like went away. So we had to like, there's things you could get to like basically chain off or like grate off the top of a chimney. Yeah, we had to do that. And my mom, I was like, "Mom, why would you think I was screwing around in there?" Because there was ashes pushed out. I'm like, what are me and my friends going to be doing in a wood stove with ashes? She's like, I don't know. She's like, oh, parents. But, it was a blast. Trust me, it was a blast. But, all right. Let's get into the topics at hand here. And, I wish this thing was default to the exact same thing. I use it for literally every single podcast we do. Okay. All right. So, Mike, buy or sell the first trailer for Cyberpunk Edgerunners Season 2?
I buy this. I actually kind of forgot for a second that we were getting a second season. So
it's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute. I watched that trailer literally minutes before we recorded, and I need this like right now.
I don't think, and I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think we're ever in our history of gaming or anything ever going to see an IP have a better recovery from shit than Cyberpunk has. Like,
That's
ever.
true.
One of the best animes ever produced. The game now has sold almost 30 million copies and is in a fantastic edition. It's one of the best DLCs ever made. And now Trigger is like, can we just keep making animes about your game because they're really good?
Mm-hmm. Perfect studio for it too.
Oh,
absolutely. That
I think Trigger is doing a better job handling Cyberpunk than any of the anime have for Persona.
Oh, I would agree. 1,000% I would agree. That
Yep.
freaking... Dude, just that one girl, Talia Yang, that Maelstrom fucking modded weirdo with the stringy pink hair. This whole version of Cyberpunk just screams 90s to me. Like, more than the other one did.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Like, as I was watching this trailer, I was kind of picturing all the like the Toonami logos and like the narration.
Oh, 100%. It looks so fucking good. Like, I can't get over how yeah, and Clancy Brown is voicing one of the characters.
Oh, hell yeah.
Has he done an anime before?
I'm I'm sure
I'm pretty
he
sure
has.
he has.
I know
right?
he's done a bunch of animated stuff. I just never knew if he did strictly in anime before. So it was like when I saw Clancy Brown, I'm like, fucking
Wonder-
what?
Oh,
I wonder
he,
if-
well, he did come. He did some of the Disney Ghibli dubs, like
Oh,
Pom Poko,
Yeah.
okay.
and I think he's done some other stuff.
That makes sense.
So I wonder if he's going to his character is going to be pronounced weak or wake
I'm not
or
sure.
something.
I'm not sure.
I'm
How
so
do I
curious
not consider
about that.
SpongeBob an anime? Because they haven't done the obligatory actual beach episode because they're technically always at the beach because they're underwater. All right. I need to get into the picture for this one. Kiona. Buy or sell our first look at Tombstone.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, I could see it. I could see it. I like it. I like it. I'm gonna say bye.
I'm just also at the fact that we're getting Tombstone in a movie.
I know. It's kind of
Like
crazy.
like a live action movie.
I mean, he's really been featured a lot in the current Amazing Spider-Man books. So
Oh yeah. And he
Yeah.
was in gosh dang it, what's that new Spider-Man cartoon called?
yeah, he was in that the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah, he was in that.
Yeah.
He was in
He was in that too.
he was
Yep.
in Across the Spider. Yeah, he's been in everything. He's
We're in
even
kind
in
of a
the Spider-Man
tombstone
PS4 game.
assance, if you will.
Yeah, which I'm good with.
And
I'm good
and
with
also
that,
this
too.
is the same actor who voiced him in Into the Spider-Verse
Yes.
and also played Tobias Whale in Black Lightning.
Interesting.
Yes. He's really good.
Interesting. Yeah,
He's really
yeah.
good.
Yeah, I like it. I
He's
like
really
the look.
good he's really good at his job. Bree,
Ah, yes.
buy or sell a 5-part documentary series about Cartoon Network is in the work. The series will explore the network's eras and its artists throughout its history. If Bree is here. I don't know if she is.
I mean, I'll buy it.
All right.
I'll buy it too because Cartoon Network
Interesting
is
story.
Oh yeah.
Cartoon Network is about as old as I am. Actually, no. Literally, we were
Yeah.
born in the same month.
Goodness gracious. God. Yeah, it's a crazy part of growing up that kind of ended when we became adults for the sad part.
Mhm.
Kiona, buy or sell that an absolute Batman animated series is in the work and Scott Snyder will serve as showrunner.
I like it. I like it. I say do it. Yeah. And hopefully get more of the Absolute Universe on there.
I
As an animated series.
can't tell you how much I need everything involving their absolute Green Arrow.
Yes.
Mhm.
Dude, that thing is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it so much.
Sounds
Oh!
good to me.
Bree, buy or sell a live action magical school bus movie moving forward with Elizabeth Banks to star as Miss Frizzle.
Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, objectively, I have no issue with this.
Mhm.
I think it's pitch perfect casting.
Oh, absolutely.
Ha.
I know what I did there.
Yeah, he's so funny. Mike, buy or sell that an AI clone of Michael Caine is voiced an audiobook for The Odyssey.
Super fucking sell this.
don't
I
think
could
he's
not
not
sell this
Michael
harder.
Caine.
That's what I said. Why are we using AI clones of a guy who's alive?
Right?
If he said no, that's crazy. Like, and I don't see Michael Caine going, go ahead, just use my voice as a book in there, put it on there. Like, I don't see that happening. That was not a half bad Michael Caine. If I
That
do
was
say
not
so
half
myself.
bad, man. Yeah,
But
that was pretty good.
I don't. Bleh. All right. So Kiona, buy or sell that Keanu Reeves is in talk to star in a live-action CGI hybrid Lego movie, and Josh Cooley Transformers 1 is set to direct.
I mean, sure, why not?
That guy needs to get more work because Transformers 1 was
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Yep. Agreed.
I'm gonna die on the hill that I think
I like it.
Transformers 1 was the most worst advertised movie in history.
It really was, honestly.
Yeah.
Because the trailers did not make me want to go watch it.
No, I remember how much you were openly against it, and then when you finally watched, you were like, "This was awesome."
Yeah, it was actually pretty good. It was actually pretty good.
God,
But like,
the trailers
but,
were
yeah,
ass.
trailers
for
were
the most
ass, man. They made it look so stupid. Like,
part. Yeah, they were not great.
yeah.
Bree, buy or sell that Google is investing $75 million into A24 Movie Studio as part of a AI research partnership.
I couldn't sell it harder if I tried.
Research.
What does
Yeah,
that mean?
research.
What does A24 need to do for research for their movies? They just make their own shit.
So this is a fancy way of saying, hey, we want to replace storyboard artists.
Of course it
Pretty
is.
much. Pretty much. God. Mike, buy or sell James Wan to reportedly be directing key episodes of the upcoming RoboCop reboot series at Amazon MGM, filming expected to begin in January 2027, and also the fact that I figured out that this was fucking happening when I found this story.
Okay, I have to go through this in cycles. Yeah, sure. Let's do a RoboCop TV series. As opposed to yet another reboot of the movies. Like, I think you can do some interesting stories with this. James Wan at the helm. Okay, now I'm more curious. Yeah, let's see where this goes. I buy it.
Absolutely. I just don't know how I didn't know that was happening until it was like, James Wan is going to direct this thing. When the fuck did that get announced it was happening?
Right?
Kiona, buy or sell that David Leitch's Gears of War movie will follow the origin story of Delta Squad as they begin to wage war against the survival of the Locust, and it is coming soon to Netflix.
Okay, I like David Leitch as a filmmaker, but it's coming to Netflix, and that gives me some pause. So I'm gonna say cautious buy.
Okay.
I'm curious as to the budget of it, and I'm curious as to like how they expect that to like make them any money. Like, how are we gonna get a sequel for this if it's on Netflix? I'm just curious.
I don't know.
Are they gonna plan on? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either. Bree, buy or sell that Keith David will reportedly play a Attenborough type character in Spider-Man Brand New Day. It is also being reported that we will never see him on screen.
So, do they mean like David and
Yes.
Yes. Like full on narration only.
Okay, yeah, I buy that.
Yeah. That's crazy to be like, hey, we just need a really good voice. Cool. Let's get a well-known voice actor. How about we do that more often? All right.
Yeah, why not?
Mike, buy or sell the live-action dungeon crawler Carl show has been officially greenlit at Peacock. Seth MacFarlane will executive produce the adaptation of the best-selling lit RPG book series. I forgot that was part of the description. I don't know what the fuck that means, but yeah.
I don't know either.
I'm not too familiar with this, but yeah, I buy it. It could be something worth watching.
Yes, I would agree. It'll be cool. Seth is a really good producer.
He is.
Kiona, buy or sell that the Grinch sequel with Carrie and Ron Howard is returning in the works per Hollywood Reporter.
I don't even know what to think. I think that you guys go with this one. I don't know. I have no opinion.
I think that movie has to be the literal golden script that Jim said he needed to do to make a movie in order for him to go back to the Grinch.
But like,
I
what
also
else is
think-
there to add?
I think it's going to be
yeah.
some version of how he deals with another holiday where he's not being a jackass.
What,
like
Hanukkah?
Halloween.
No, I mean like Christmas, where he starts out with not being a jackass.
Oh,
Like he has to possibly deal with someone else. I don't know, but I mean, if
Is that not the plot of the Santa Claus 3?
I don't know, but the fact that you're getting Jim Carrey to do something other than Sonic is crazy to me at this point. So,
Yeah, like but also it's like, would it be through Warner Brothers since Universal doesn't have the film rights anymore?
I have no idea.
This is so weird.
I think maybe they're just setting this up at Universal only because it's continuing the Ron Howard movie.
Maybe.
I don't know. That's a weird one.
It is.
Or
Yeah,
or it's
I'm
at
not sure
Warner
if I get
Brothers.
Yeah. Mike, buy or sell it, Jurassic World Dominion is the most expensive movie of all time. Recent filings revealed that the movie cost $658.8 million to make, surpassing The Force Awakens, which was $638.9 million.
Yeah.
For Jurassic Park 6?
Keep in mind this was also filmed, I assume, during COVID. So that could have racked up the price.
Could. I mean, Kyoto, buy or sell that Mike Myers has confirmed that Austin Powers 4 is going to happen.
You know what? I buy it. I would like to see an Austin Powers 4. Why not?
That's what I'm one of the few people that actually really enjoyed The Love Guru. And that's not going to get many people to agree with me on that, but I really fucking liked it.
I actually liked it too. I thought it was funny. I thought there were certain funny parts. You know, it wasn't like not the worst movie ever.
No.
Mariska Hargitay.
Mariska Hargitay. Mariska Hargitay. Mariska Hargitay. If your Uncle Jack helped you off an elephant, would you help your Uncle Jack off an elephant? Mike, buy or sell that Studio Ghibli classic Kiki's Delivery Service is being turned into a live-action TV series. The BBC is adapting it into 10 half-hour-long episodes. Based off the novels, not the Ghibli movie.
Yeah, that's the reason why I'm not as worried about a live action adaptation, because they even did this before in like 2014.
I was about to say, wasn't there like a Japanese one?
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. But also that the Ghibli movie is already an adaptation kind of means I don't have to be as precious about it. Like, I don't think it's going to be better than the Ghibli movie, but I also am not so against it the way I would be about, maybe one of his other titles.
Yeah, or like, if just to compare like apples to apples, it's not like a House Moving Castle situation where the most popular version is going to be the Ghibli one.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, Mike, if you want to get at her there, buddy, this next thing is your rant.
Okay. The thing is, I'm not even sure where to begin, because there are two sort of parallel but also kind of intersecting points that I want to get across. One is just the I hate that it's this bog standard, but the bog standard "you don't deserve women" rant, because like people cannot be fucking normal about this movie. Like,
No.
like not even critics who write for like what once were considered prestigious platforms like Variety. If even they can't even act normal, then there's no hope for Joe Schmo over there.
Oh yeah, what
I
the
mean,
hell was that
to
about?
be fair, Variety's been trash for a while.
Oh yeah, no, they have. I would say since the writers and actors strike of 2023, all the trades have been garbage. Actually, no, I take that back. It was ever since Penske Media bought all of them that the trades have been trash.
Right, I forgot all about that.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
I forgot they basically bought everyone.
That'll do it.
But yeah, people can't be normal about this movie. Not only the fact that like it's a female superhero, so of course just the fact that she's a female means she will become like a lightning rod for the worst takes by mostly men.
Yep.
One of my favorite thing about that was is they were like, all right, we've had 3 failures of female-led superheroes in a row, so we need to figure out that this is just a lost cause. And they always show Madam Web, Wonder Woman 84, and the Marvels. But they won't show
Elektra.
No, because that doesn't help the cause.
Oh,
They won't show Miss Captain Marvel, which made $1 billion.
yep.
They won't show Black Panther 2, which made a lot of money. They always show the superhero movies that don't make money. They also won't show Black Widow.
Which was unfairly. There's a whole mess about Black Widow, and
Yeah, but it
I
still
mean,
didn't
the
bomb,
Marvels-
though.
I mean, the Marvels has its own mess too, because like the actor strike didn't, end till like a week before it came out.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's just, but it's
Yeah.
always like, they'll always show select movies, but never the ones they know were good. And the ones that made tons of money. They will never show those and be like, these ones are bad. It's basically like saying, yeah, man, we should have just stopped. We had Elektra, we had Catwoman, and like, it's just a lost cause. Like, okay, if every time you had 3 things in a genre you should stop, we wouldn't have the MCU.
That was my next point. People are being ridiculous about the state of the DCU now that Supergirl has admittedly not had the best opening weekend box office wise, but if we were having these exact same discussions back in 2008 when the Incredible Hulk's like worldwide total was like 254 million, and yes, I know we were in a different era, but the point
Still.
is the universe is just beginning, and this is the part that really frustrates me. The whole reason why DC has been in such a mess for so long is because they did the annoying thing of like starting and stopping every time a movie underperforms, as opposed to standing by their vision, like protecting, whatever that means industry wise, protecting their like creative team, and like seeing their vision through to the end.
Yeah, no, that never happened once. And the other thing is, and this is where they kind of screwed themselves, they should have not opened anywhere near Toy Story 5 because there's some audience overlap for like family stuff. That was a mistake.
Yeah, they were they were kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Opening after Toy Story 5 and before Minions and Monsters is like basically you're basically like leaving money on the table by doing that.
Yeah, like honestly, I think they should have did what they did with Suicide Squad and opened the first week of August, because I think a lot of people forget that the Suicide Squad made like close to $800 million.
A shit ton of money.
hmm
Yeah, but
Yeah, August I think probably would have been a better time to release this, or if they were really confident, they could have put this in the first weekend of May.
Yeah, they should have probably put it Memorial Day weekend, because there wasn't jack shit Memorial Day weekend.
Well, there was Mando and Grogu, but clearly nobody's talking about that anymore.
Which, thank God they dodged that speeding train. They would have never had frickin'. I don't know. But all right, so we're gonna bring up some stuff that's stupid for other reasons. Hey, so I almost think I'm gonna bring up the anti-woke warriors as a regular thing here, because oh boy, does Twitter give me some ammunition every week. I'm going to preface that this creator has been community noted 3 times, and every time they brought up the fact that he beats his wife.
Oh, that is
Oh,
brutal.
God.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this guy. Oh.
Speaking of Supergirl,
Yeah. So we get that, and then that.
Oh, look at that AI garbage right over there.
Yeah, I love how this is clearly something that's actually from the game.
What?
But I do love every time this guy posts something, there is some form of. Do you think about pride when you're not thinking about the child you lost after you beat your wife?
every time.
Every time. I love it to death. They never fail. Now, this is a different version of stupid. You want to know how bad people have gotten since Grand Theft Auto's come out for any shred of something that they could come out on? Hey guys, I'm going to bring up a website really quick and an article from The Gamer.
Oh.
And this is so... Alright, so you guys saw everything. You've seen the cover of Grand Theft Auto. What conspiracy theory do you think you would drive from things you've seen from the release material of Grand Theft Auto? And it has nothing to do with being woke. What do you think someone will go, there's got to be something there? Out of everything you've seen, what do you think it would be? If one of you guesses this, I will legitimately give you $1 billion.
And you said it's not woke,
It's not.
right?
It's not woke or anti-woke.
Hmm.
No guesses?
I don't know.
No.
The car was wrong.
No. GTA's alligator doesn't have enough teeth. So,
What?
conspiracy theorists are now counting alligator teeth on its cover art. More than a year after its last trailer brought the internet to a standstill, we finally have some more official, concrete information this week. Pre-orders on June 25th, Rockstar shared its first look at this cover art, and it has led to rather unhinged reactions, like this one about the number of teeth in the alligator cover star's mouth. I fucking wish I was making this up. Apparently, the alligator in the GTA 6 cover doesn't have enough teeth. Not something that I would ever have noticed, even if I stared at it. Nonetheless, between now and the game's arrival on November 19th, I'm not a Reddit user, the Jella, though, realizing upon it said something seemed off with the number of teeth on this gator on the cover had. He rushed to the GTA subreddit to share their findings.
Or it could be the gators lose teeth all the time, and
They're
that gator
just-
at that moment of time just didn't have enough teeth.
Just wait. Like Umbreon said, it's Gatorgate. Now, the alligator on this cover of GTA 6 has 60 teeth. Not only did ITGilla count them, but they've labeled them too so that you don't need to double check their counting skills. They claim a fully grown adult gator should have between 74 and 80 teeth. Haven't consulted the Smithsonian's National Zoo Conservation Biology Institute. I can indeed confirm that's correct. The post is largely getting attention as people joke about what it might mean. The top reads, unplayable, predicting GTA 6's launch will be comparable to Cyberpunk 2077. Not sure what Cyberpunk is catching strays 6 years later for. It's an entirely unrelated conversation, but here we are. What constitutes, how do you find this and be like, I gotta count that gator's teeth. They need to know that they fucked up.
I mean, Reddit's a magical place. And because you showed me that post from our Bleach earlier, which, by the way, they don't like us because one time, when people were crashing out about Bleach ending, I used, like, the Stranger Things, like, logo generator, and I said, suck it, Ichiruki. They got so mad at us. I think I was almost banned for the subreddit.
Oh, I could see it. For those that don't know, I shared a link in our group chat because this guy took his wife and kid to go see the beginning of Core 4 of is it the Blood Arc?
1,000-year Blood Warrior.
I know, but isn't this like a specific arc? I can't remember. Anyways.
Yeah, it's the final arc of Bleach.
Yeah, there's a very famous panel. That just
one of my favorites.
That just has a giant wide shot of Yoruichi's ass, and it says "the God of Thunder" on one of her ass cheeks.
Which, meanwhile, they had because some people from like our Discord server went, and Kuba did a post interview. He is aging. Like, he has like a man bun on, and he's like, He's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh yeah, I did that.
Oh yeah, and then like there's I don't know what it is, but there's also a shot of like something with Orihime too that's in there. But this guy took his wife and kid, and apparently like the mom is like basically filing for divorce because of this is what they're into and this degenerate behavior and all that. And then I want to say, was it Viz Media?
Yes.
It was Viz Media posted an article. For the perfect date night, take your girl to go see 1,000-Year Blood War.
That's not the first thing they did. I remember back in the day, this was like early Twitter. Like this was like 2009 Twitter. So a bunch of Ichibuki fans. So do you care if I share spoilers for Bleach?
Yeah, there's 360 episodes and I still need to watch it, so...
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just say there's one scene where I won't give the context, but Rukia has to like go away. And that's going to be like their big parting episode before there's like a time skip. And it came up to be that part in the anime. So Ichibuki fans like had the idea of like, oh, let's make Bleach trend on Twitter. You want to know what happened?
I'm gonna guess not good things.
Okay, so they got trending. But then the scene specifically got cut from the anime because they decided to start a filler arc.
Oh.
And then Viz used it to promote DVDs. He's like, oh, I hear you guys like Ichigo and Rukia. Their social media team is vicious.
Oh, good God. Good Lord. Yeah, no thank you. Alright, so, we are into the gaming news. Unfortunately, it has to start with Bungie, because, some stuff has come out, and oh boy, are people not caring about NDAs anymore. So, a two-sentence insider report on why Destiny 2 died. We are about to hit July, and Destiny 2 fans are still mourning the death of the game, which frankly will probably go on for years, with the IP now being in perpetual limbo. Players have cycled through the stages of grief about 5 times now, and it's still going, but one refrain is, how could this have happened? How could the series this big and beloved be killed off like this? It's a complicated question until it isn't. There is cases where you could make about why Sony shouldn't have done this, or Marathon's role, or this or that, and those are worth discussing, and the end result is relatively simple. It's not Sony's revenge against Bungie, which I love people trying to post. It's not the game's quality tanking. It's able to be summed up in 2 sentences from one of my sources, one with knowledge of the situation, and one on the condition of anonymity. The simple, still maddening explanation. Because of enormous scale content had to be produced non-stop, lest fans revolt against its scarcity, Destiny was only very rarely profitable during its entire lifespan. When Destiny was profitable, those extra funds were often immediately misused by leadership at the time, funneled into too many simultaneous incubation projects or ideas, like spending tens of millions on a new, unneeded 208,000 square foot headquarters.
Yep. Yeah.
That's pretty
Why
much
did they do that?
You got me. That's the long and short of it. For a few
Don't know.
games, if any, produced out of the content frequently as Destiny 2 did over the years, particularly Destiny 2 only got fully on its non-stop seasonal expansion model. When the game tried to drastically reduce its content to cut costs, we saw the year of prophecy and fans bolted, understandably. Yeah. If you aren't expanding your workforce, why the fuck do you need that big of an office?
Yeah. Why
It's
during
to put all the
COVID of all
cars.
times?
Yeah.
Where are the cars going to live? Where are the cars going to work?
In his garage. Don't you worry. God, it's just...
I can't tell you how disheartening I have felt, and how, like, I mean, you can hear it now, like how just fucking destroyed this made me.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, it sucks because
It's like nothing
it's
that we
completely
did.
avoidable.
Nothing that we did mattered, and it was all just mismanagement at the top, and it was all just like fucking out of our hands, period. DMG, who's the community manager, came out there and, everybody was like, what can we do? Can we do anything? Is there anything that we could possibly do? And it's like, no, this is just how it happens sometimes. This is what he said. It's like, I don't know. People showed up, though. People showed up for the last one. They're going to show up on the 7th. They're gonna show up on Bungie Day, whatever the fuck that means now. And yeah, I don't know, man. I just like, and yeah, I get it that it wasn't always profitable. It wasn't always a great game. Let's face it, it wasn't always.
Mhm.
It was. It's so complicated and like things.
Hello, Eli. You're doing good, bud.
Things that I feel as a player and as somebody who, that is my game that I turn to whenever things are rough.
Mm-hmm.
Which has been a lot over the past couple years. Yeah, I just don't know what to say other than we showed up and we tried. We tried to save it in the end, and that's all that we could do. But yeah, I mean, it's the realities of the situation. It doesn't. I believe in my heart of hearts that it's just the whole entire thing is corrupt. The whole entire system is corrupt. Everything is corrupt. Everything is all about money. Nothing's about people. Nothing's about things that we enjoy. It's all money, 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 money. I'm sick and goddamn tired of it. And I'm really upset about it. And I'm not going to support. How this makes me feel is I don't want to support this industry anymore. I just don't. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't want to support Xbox. I don't want to support PlayStation. I don't care. I haven't played my PlayStation like a year. I haven't played my PS5. I just don't care about it. And I'm not going to buy Wolverine. I'm not going to buy GTA. I'm not going to do anything now. It's just how I feel about it is just like, I just feel like going scorched earth and just not giving them any more money. Because, frankly, a lot of these games don't even deserve our support. They don't even, like, a lot of these companies, I should say, not the games. A lot of these companies don't deserve our support. Look at what's happening now. Look at what Xbox is doing. Much less the Bungie layoffs. Even if there's a good reason for them, there's still layoffs. I don't know. I'm really pissed off about it, frankly. And I'm still going to play that stupid damn game because it's one of the few things in my life that brings me any joy. So I'm still going to play that game, and I'm still going to play certain ones that I do actually like. But man, oh man, it's getting harder and harder for me to justify supporting the industry in general because it's just become a meat grinder. And it just chews people up and spits them out. Yeah. Okay. That's how I feel about it.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah. I get you, man. All right. Moving on from that. Epic Games Tim Sweeney believes Valve is irresponsible for forcing AI disclosure on Steam. I think it's irresponsible of Valve. They shouldn't because it makes it much, much, much harder for game developers to have a chance of success. You have to choose from either not using tools that can make you way more productive and probably failing to do what the competition does. Hey, Tim, if your game doesn't use AI in a bad way, you shouldn't be afraid to disclose it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right.
Because it doesn't say you just have to say you use AI. You need to disclose it in a way that you need to. By the way, anyone, I'm assuming that was an emote of some way, Eli. Unfortunately, when we're in here, I can't see any of that stuff in the proper way. It's the one drawback of being inside StreamYard. All right, I appreciate it, though. I really gladly do. I really, truly do. Okay. All right. Now.
That was actually subs. He gifted a bunch of subs.
Holy shit. What?
He gifted like 5 tier 1 subs. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, I need to have my freaking Twitch turned on. Eli, holy shit. Thank you. I wish this stuff showed up in SteamYard. Gosh dang it. Thank you
Me
very
too.
much for
Me
that,
too,
dude.
yeah.
You did not need to do that. I greatly appreciate that. I'm turning on my stream manager on here because I need to see this shit.
Eli's his name. Thank you, Eli.
Yes, Eli, yes.
Yeah, thank you, Eli.
Holy
You're the best,
shit,
Eli.
dude. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much, buddy.
He is no, I mean this in all seriousness. He's great. He is the dude that helped me calm down and meet Kevin. I met him in my
Oh.
line for Kevin Conroy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
That's
he's
awesome.
legitimately like the first con friend I ever made. He's one of the best, and me and him are going to be doing stuff again soon. He's a gigantic wrestling fan, so if we ever start talking wrestling stuff again,
Oh, nice.
He is an encyclopedia of wrestling.
Certainly,
He's
certainly a
awesome.
spot open for you, Eli. All right.
He's
So
he
cool,
is,
so
he
cool.
is awesome. All right, so a small little game got some information.
hmm
Grand Theft Auto is finally actually happening.
That tiny independent game, yes.
That tiny independent game that is making everyone only want to release in fucking September. So, yeah. Like the only game coming out in October is Phantom Blade, and they're like, we're not like GT. The CEO literally went, nobody that plays our game is gonna be playing GTA, so we're safe. That's a different
I mean,
audience.
that's pretty fair.
Just
Yeah,
basically
exactly.
like, all you ball and gun gamers are gonna go over there.
Yep. Yep.
All right. Anyways, gosh dang it, Eli. Thank you so much. Seriously. All right. Anyway.
Oh, you got a hype chest on the way too there, Brock.
What the crap?
Go check that out. Yeah.
Yes.
It's gonna be an emote.
Dude, I love you
Nice.
so much. That is
Nice. Let me
so
see.
freaking cool.
Let's see what the emote is.
What is it?
Let's see what it is.
Where'd it go? I'm not used to
Oh,
getting
it
this.
disappeared.
Damn it! I was trying to unlock it.
I
and
think you'll be
disappeared.
able to see it on your side. I think
All
you'll be
right.
able to see it. I don't know that I can.
Frick. I'll have to go back in it. I'm not used to getting this stuff. I'm
I
still
know.
getting in there. Anyway, back to Grand Theft Auto. So pre-orders open up at midnight, June 25th. And the thing that's a
Completely
sticky it's the sticky point for people is that it is a practice that I'm not happy about, but
Yeah.
where is it? Wait.
They're not the first to do this, however.
They're not, and I'm going to bring that up. This is my physical edition of God of War Ragnarok.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Two sleeves, by the way. Two. No disc.
I hate
So they
this.
send you plastic.
They sent you plastic. And they sent me the steelbook as an option when they're not going to give you a disc. Don't offer a steelbook.
I hate this.
Yeah, like why don't you just offer like a collectible statue? Like a steelbook is like pointless at that point.
I will give them
pointless.
that. There was stuff along with it. Like, I have it downstairs. They actually offered you their version of, like, Thor's hammer. But
I think that was the difference back then, was the fact that it was done for these really big, like extravagant editions.
yeah.
And then they would just give you a digital code, which was weird. That was weird enough, but now they're doing it for even the standard edition, which is odd. I don't recall a game ever doing it for just the standard.
It is
physical
odd,
release.
but I'm not defending doing this regularly, and I'm also
No.
not defending this thing called. This is one of the few games where when it costs $80, I was expecting that.
Yeah.
I'm happy it's not $100, which apparently their investors are very pissed that they're not charging.
Yeah,
But,
honestly, that was like the plot twist for me. Like, because we were like sure as shit that it was going to be $100.
Oh, absolutely. But, like, again, this is one of the few ones where I'm like, this one time, I'm not as irritated that it's $80. This is the one I think might justify the extra 10. All games should still spend $60 in my opinion, but if we're gonna be stuck at this fucking stupid $70 price point, this game that took 15 to 16 years to come out, and I think is probably going to have enough work into it to justify that, maybe. Now, I'm not defending Rockstar's decision to not make discs. I'm not. But I will defend on why I think they're doing it, or I should say why I think they're doing it. And it's
Mhm.
also part of the same reason why I don't think it's coming out on PC for a while. On top of the development and all that, I seriously think they're only sending out these as codes right now so that the game cannot get stolen and spoiled.
That's what. Yeah, that is where I thought you were going with this, and I think that that's a valid concern.
Because multiple people have randomly just gotten copies early, and that sure as fuck is not happening with Grand Theft Auto if
Oh, yeah,
Rockstar's
hell
going to have
no.
to do with it. Do you remember when they disappeared the guy that hacked their servers?
Oh yeah.
That hacked it with a Roku Fire Stick or whatever the fuck he used?
Oh yeah. Oh
Um,
my god.
But yeah, that's another. Eli, thank you again for doing that sound. I can see that you did it on here. Sadly, it doesn't come through on here. All those sound effects will work if I'm doing a gaming stream, which I will be back to. Everyone, I need to figure out a way to make that work on here, or possibly whatever. We'll get to that, but yeah. The other thing that is a sticking point for people, and this is something that I do not like at all, is what is behind the collector's edition. It
Yes.
is shops. I'm not a huge fan of that. And like
I'm
there's
not either.
there's a mission or two, there's like certain weapons, which is just like cosmetics and other things like that. But like I will be less irritated if eventually these things become available to everybody else who played the game.
Yeah, and I think that it should be for sure.
Yeah, this is if it stays behind a paywall, that is kind of horse shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
You're all good.
I think
Don't
that
worry
it
about
might have
Jacob.
been it might have been done to appease the shareholders, as you were saying, the ones who were upset about them not
I very much well
selling
think it
for
could be.
$100.
Because
Yeah.
the rumor as of 3 days ago is that this game already has surpassed 39 million in pre-orders for copies.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the shareholders would be fine.
Yeah,
Because
I think they can go sit in a corner and just count their money.
because the rumor is that this
Talk
game
about
costs
prices.
the rumor is that this game costs anywhere between $2 to $3 billion to make. That is the rumor.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to do some rough math. If they only got that much, they made the budget back.
Wow.
If they only made that much back. Now, I'm gonna. All right, how many copies of GTA 5 have sold? Take a rough guess.
How many copies? Let's say
This is Lifetime, by the way.
For GTA 5?
Yeah, GTA 5 across all the editions on all the consoles.
70 million?
Yeah, I was going to say about the same that Umbreon said. I was going to say about 170 million.
230 million copies.
Okay.
They scoffed and didn't make DLC for Red Dead, and it has sold 70 million copies.
Yep.
Yeah! Your game's considered unsuccessful when it only makes 70 million copies. It's not worth getting a DLC. Okay, so, this is, I am not saying this in a way to, I wanted to put this in Stupid Is as Stupid Does. Asha Sharma suggests that Xbox might discover the next Kojima. Hey.
Oh, baby.
Hey.
Honey. No.
I'd hate to break everyone's hearts who's an inspiring game designer. You might be great. You might be successful. There is never going to be another Kojima.
Nope.
There's just not. And you should not make stupid statements like that.
I think this is almost worse than when I think it was Newsweek called M. Night Shyamalan the next Steven Spielberg.
I remember
oh, God,
that.
That screwed
Oh,
him
God.
so much. Ugh,
Yes,
I
it
feel-
did.
But also, it's like, I'm not saying you can't be like a successful dev, but I'm like, there is a certain pedestal, you know, where you're like a Miyamoto or like a Kojima, like that you're so synonymous for like a single thing.
But yeah, like there's multiple directors that are successful, but like
But household names?
household names that have a borderline cult following, like to the degree of what Kojima has, you don't become that. That guy
Right.
just is that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get the next blank. You find a different version of a really cool thing. Like, the closest example, Kojima is what David Cage thinks he is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the closest thing you're gonna get. It must be all right. Anyway, so
I mean, here they are closing down creative studios like Double Fine and everything, and then they're
No.
like, "Oh yeah,
Oh,
we're going to discover the next creative genius." It's
Yeah.
like,
Oh, and then
yeah,
and then
sure
the
you
next
are.
rumor is like, I know we're gonna talk about it more, but
I know.
it's so funny. You know, they're like, huh, we're thinking about shutting down Blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, why specifically that game?
Why specifically that one in that studio?
Mm,
All right, but
yeah.
Kiona, this is something I seriously want to talk with you about because I think you're about
Sure.
the one person in my friend group that I think has the biggest "buh" on this.
Okay.
Valve's Steam Machine pricing: 512 gigs without controller, $1,050. We're just gonna say it that 49. That's really dumb. That bothers my OCD to a degree that I can't even fucking describe.
I know. I agree.
Five,
with you.
512 gigs with controller is 120. It was 1,128. Again, why the fuck are you doing those weird things?
Why? Because it's $80 for the controller. Is that it? Jesus
I
Christ.
guess 2 terabyte
Okay.
without controller, 1,349. Just call it 50, you stupid fucks.
Just call
Ter-
it
and
50. They're like, it's
terabyte-
under 1350. Like,
Exactly. I take that off for $1. And then 2 terabyte controller bundle is 1428. And when they compared the specs and saw raw data, they had figured out that this system has the power and stats similar to just below a base PS5.
You know, can I say something? If any gamer buys this, they have no right to complain about prices ever
yeah,
again.
please
No.
don't.
It also
Just
runs. It
don't.
also runs on Linux, so multiplayer is done.
Ooh.
Oh god! You know what's crazy is that a fully decked out like iPhone like Pro Max is still cheaper than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So-
Exactly. This. Oh man, I don't even know where to begin with this. Honestly, I think that this is ridiculous.
Before
pricing,
you
and I
saw
don't
the
think that they
pricing,
should do
did you
this.
want? Before you saw the pricing, did you honestly think you would want one of these, Kiona?
No,
Okay. So
me personally,
have,
no.
Yeah, you would have a bigger Steam library than I would by a country mile, so you would be more
Dude,
in tune
my-
to have this.
My desktop computer is a base PS5, and it was from like it's from 2019. I want to say,
Mhm.
but it is comparable in power to a base PS5, and so like I already have that. I don't really go out much, because whatever. But like, yeah. So I don't, and also like the Steam Machine is not a Steam Deck. I forgot that for a second. But,
No.
the Steam Machine, like, there's no point to me even having that. I guess it's for people that want to dabble in having a Steam library, but want the console form factor. I don't even understand it. I really don't.
It's one of those things where someone was like, "Yeah, but then you could bring it on the go." I'm like, "You could also have a fucking laptop."
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna, and they're like, "This is for the living room play." I'm like, if you have a computer, why the fuck are you playing this out in your living room?
I'm not sure if this is true. I'm not sure if this is true, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was, because I don't know where I read this, but I read like an art. I read like a headline saying that there have been copycats already for this thing that have
I don't doubt
created a more powerful version of it for the same price,
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Oh yeah. No, you're.
and it's like insane. And
It's for like the convenience, but it's also
how
like
can
if
you?
here's like the thing: if you want to play in your living
I
room,
don't know.
you could just like most TVs have like AirPlay or like Chromecast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
How do you justify the cost? How do you justify buying this? I don't understand.
the legit only way, and I was talking with my roommate about this, who was interested in getting one on 1.2.
Yeah.
I am going to say that if we weren't in the memory shortage, and again, we're going to get into it later because of people getting sued, I think that they would be pricing this thing at $700.
Yeah, I concur with that. I think that I don't even know. Like at this point, what are we going to do about the next generation of consoles in terms of pricing and stuff like that? It just sounds like it's just way over the top. It shouldn't be a thing where, like, okay, in the past, I get that there's sort of a precedent for this because the Neo Geo and things like that existed in the past where it was like priced out of normal, regular consumers' price points and everything, like income level.
Yeah.
But, like, it shouldn't be that for every single console and every single thing that you buy in gaming. It shouldn't be that.
Oh,
gaming is a hobby. It's not this luxury item that you get from fucking Tiffany's. You know, this is like, it's ridiculous.
Oh,
no, and the
completely.
memory and RAM storage is just making like this all worse. The reason why I went and got my Switch now is because there's a $50 price increase.
Yep.
I'm sorry, a Nintendo console shouldn't cost like $500 to $550.
No, they've never, and it's one thing that Nintendo has never been in the chase of having the power game. They've always been in the innovation and uniqueness version of it. Like the Switch 2, from what they basically said in power comparison, is about a base PS4. But they've never needed to have. They've never had like. The best looking Nintendo game is probably going to be that Beast of Reincarnation. They never go for hyper realism. They never go for this, that, and the other thing. They always have stylized games. They always do it that way. They've never cared about chasing Xbox or PlayStation in the in that type of stuff. So it's like they're in their own little world. They compete with themselves.
Yeah, I mean, the Switch 2 basically addresses the problems that, you know, the people had the original Switch. The screen wasn't big enough, you know, in terms of, like, running, like, a consistent frame rate and efficiency, like, depending on the game, like, I played Three Houses on battery. That fucker chugged.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
you have a Switch that can run more efficiently, which is literally what everyone wanted. Like, no... If you want to have, like, a Switch PS5, buy a fucking PS5!
Yep. Which, God, I don't know how much it's going to cost, but it's sounding like you're basically going to have that for the next console. But, alrighty. Going
The
on
juxtapositioning of this is so
I know.
I'm trying so fucking hard here. Guys, I know that it is a mood killer, but fucking God, Xbox cannot stop themselves. I've tried so hard to be like, we can't talk about this, and then it's just,
And you know, anytime PlayStation does a thing where like they're in the news for like layoffs or whatever, and then all of a sudden just Xbox is like, really? Hold our beer.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
not
we're
even a
sideshow
day.
bobbing it here.
Like, I realize I'm going to say this wearing a fucking PlayStation hoodie. I am not trying to be PlayStation Joe when I say this. It's just the preferred console that I used to have. And like I said, where there is now games being sold, for 2 years, I had a Series X. When they bought Activision Blizzard, I was like, fucking A, let's go. We're actually going to get competition, all that, this, and the other thing. And I sold it. And I tell you what, with what we're going to talk about soon, there's no chance in hell of buying a Series X. But, Asha Sharma recently said that gaming is too expensive and there needs to be a positive change for gamers to make it more affordable. Microsoft is increasing prices on Xbox consoles again, starting August 1st.
Literally the day after she says this. Literally the day after. I can't believe the tone-deaf stupidity.
512 gigabyte models are going to be $100 more expensive. The terabyte models are going to be $150 more expensive, which means the Xbox Series S, which had trouble getting games to run split screen, keep you in mind, that's why Baldur's Gate couldn't run on it, is now going to cost how much the base PS5 costed at launch.
Good lord.
Jesus.
The Xbox One X is comparable in power to the Series S.
Yes. The Series X without a disk drive will start at $8 or at $750, and the Series S with a disc drive will be $800.
What the fuck?
Crazy. That's crazy.
All of those systems are damn near as expensive as the Pro, which spanks all of them in power. And God, I just wonder what company could be causing the RAM shortage and stuff to be more expensive.
Gee, I wonder.
I don't know
Not enough people
What?
hate Satya Nadella.
what could be doing it. I just don't know what could be causing this stupid shit. All right. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's something.
And they're
Oh.
discontinuing the 2 terabyte model.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you that. They're discontinuing that too.
Yeah, they're just discontinuing it, period.
Yeah, it's
So good luck.
it's great. It's
It's
fantastic.
wonderful.
Yeah. Capcom has the director at Capcom opened up about how difficult Pragmata's early development really was. Director Cho Young-hee said the team's first playable versions received very harsh feedback from inside Capcom. It was devastating. We were told the game wasn't interesting at all, and instead of giving up, we rebuilt big parts of the game and said our failures got us success. So, yeah. I thought that was really cool because playtesting and different things, they just got better off at it, and it became my game of the year, so I'm happy they kept at it because they need to try different things. And with much money, is Dr. Jekyll running Microsoft? No. The problem is, it's not Dr. Jekyll. It's the guy who pretends there's a Dr. Jekyll, Jacob, and it's just the other part. But, all right.
Mhm.
So, Kiona, I want to see if you see where I think this is headed, because we discussed about this the last time and what we think would need to happen in order for Xbox to keep going. Rumor, Xbox has reportedly suspended all third-party games on Xbox. Multiple independent developers have confirmed that during the first playable Italy's leading international B2B business event and trade show that Xbox has completely frozen the signing of new deals for Game Pass. Xbox has abruptly withdrawn offers that were already in the early stages of negotiation to include specific games in the Game Pass. Third-party contracts are completely suspended. Developers
Jesus.
point to the new leadership having to order this blockade as it reorganizes its entire business strategy. The Xbox Game Pass model relies on investing millions of dollars to obtain day one launches from outside Xbox studios. Is currently being thoroughly examined. Independent studios lose their largest financial safety net as a result of the new leadership cutting back on spending. Xbox confirms a new era of unchecked expansion is over. Kiona, are you thinking the thing that they finally gonna do to like realize they need to stop bleeding money might be happening?
Yeah.
Now, for those that aren't picking up what me and Kiona are putting down, I think that we're going to stop seeing day one on Game Pass.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kiona,
More than
now
likely.
as a person who is more in the Xbox ecosystem than I am, do you think that is going to cause a mass exodus, or the people are just going to put up with it?
Oh, I don't think everybody's going to put up with it. Absolutely not. I think I think that people that would live and die for this brand, for this company, I think that they'll stick around, but there's probably less of them than you would expect. So, yeah, probably fewer of them than you would expect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it worked when there was a pandemic on and everybody was staying in, and that was just life as it was at the time. That's when it worked really well for them, and that's when they sort of hatched this whole plan of like expanding Game Pass and driving subscriptions and all that stuff. But then everybody decided to, go out and do other things and stuff like that, and the pandemic was by and large over, quote unquote. But like, yeah, I mean, I just don't see how they could survive, really, because you and I have gone over this multiple times where it's like you're training your audience not to buy games. Did you see the thing about Call of Duty?
Which one?
Now advertising that they are
not
on Game Pass anymore?
Yeah. How they have to put that out in the open now? Yeah,
It's
that
like,
was
it's
crazy.
so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing.
Yeah, man, if only they would do things that other companies would do, and I don't know what else it'd be. Anyway, Sega says it's planning to shift its focus to influencers and fandom after Sonic Racing, Cross Worlds, and the Shinobi Art of Vengeance failed to meet its sales expectations despite strong reviews.
Okay, so my question is, what exactly were the sales expectations for Shinobi Art of Vengeance? Like,
I can't
friggin'
imagine much.
that
or
is,
like a Sonic racing game with
But,
like extra steps.
but I just want to, like, I would like to see, like, exactly what their expectations were for that game, considering that it was 2D, it has a particular art style and art direction, which is not going to appeal to, like, every single person out there. It'll appeal to me, because that's the kind of stuff that I grew up on, but, like,
Yep.
it'll appeal to the more, like, core gamers, but it's not going to appeal to everybody else, that is playing, like, I mean, we all know, look, my nightmare scenario is that I'm just going to be stuck in this fucking, like, Roblox infested hellscape that is the future that is coming. It's Roblox Night Fort whatever fucking duty.
Oh, I actually had a
I'm
nightmare
so upset about
scenario.
this.
Here's my nightmare scenario. So, and this is why I was gasping. So they said they want to rely on influencers, right? Okay, I think you guys know where this is going.
Are we going to have a Logan Paul suicide simulator? Is that what you're
Oh,
trying to tell me?
No, but for Sonic specifically, are they gonna contact Christian?
Oh God, no! Please no!
I can't see, like, with them bringing out, like, the plan is to do that Crazy Taxi game. They got the Virtual Fighter game coming out. They got Stranger Than Heaven coming out, and they have planned the Golden Axe and Streets of Rage and whatever
damn it.
Jet Set Radio stuff that's coming out, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, I wonder.
I'm working on it.
I just wonder if, like, we're even gonna get any of those now at this point.
The Crazy Taxi one, I see you getting wholehearted.
Crazy Taxi, I could see.
Yeah, I don't see.
But, like, I don't
anything
think
with
we're
it.
gonna get Golden Axe or Streets of Rage. I mean, we got Streets of Rage 4, and that made me very happy, and that's probably where we should stop.
Yeah. We're gonna make
Unless
those
unless those guys decide to go make a Streets of Rage 5, then I'm good with it. But, like, in terms of Sega making it now, especially with this whole focus on influencers thing, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
I
rather
don't
them
know.
not do
Yeah,
it.
Umbreon, it's gonna make them into millionaires and also put them
Yeah.
on a list that doesn't allow them within 500 yards of a school.
No. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take the Roblox and we're gonna make an island. And it's gonna be an island where all these like-minded individuals can go.
Oh. And you have a special VIP list.
Yeah. That people that it's gonna come in this long sheet.
A file, you might call
A
it.
file, you might say, that a lot of people are interested in on both ends of the spectrum. And there's going to be an age limit before you're allowed on the island, and I mean you're only allowed to get so anyway. Man, when their owner came out and basically was like, "Yeah, we don't care for a pedophile simulator. That's fine. It's whatever. We think it's a research opportunity." Some people just shouldn't be allowed on the internet.
No.
All right. So
People shouldn't be allowed on the earth.
yeah, all right. So, an actual cool thing, Sony Santa Monica boss Cory Barlog pitched God of War Laufey from the beginning, says Deborah Anwal. Oh my god, I can't tell you, I still pinch myself. Again, I know about this for nearly 10 years and I haven't been able to talk about it. He pitched it to me back in 2018. They had known about it before then. It's wild. Like when Cory brought me in to talk about it, about doing Ragnarok, and showed me the 2018 game, he already had a poster for Laufey with me and a cube. Yes, the cube has been there since the beginning. It is a deep part of the lore. That to me, man, like, I'm not trying to overblow how excited I am about this game, but it seriously sounds like they actually had, like, a long-term plan and a well thought out knitted thing that they're going through all this, and this could be really fucking cool. So and having her be in there from the start, and the fact that they were like, we know we're going to do it with 2018, so we're going to have this, I directed 2018, so we're going to have this other dude work on Ragnarok while we're working on this with you, so we can have these things come out in sequential good order, and, like, have plans. There used to be trilogies back in the Xbox 360 and PlayStation days where they actually had full-on plans and these games came out.
It's so crazy, right?
Like, they didn't need day one patches.
No, they didn't. And I tried to explain to people, I was like, Kiona, what's the very last trilogy you remember coming out on a single console?
Oh, God.
Like,
geez.
Mass Effect comes to my mind.
That's what
Mass
I was going to
Effect,
say.
Halo, I would argue.
The first...
Well, not on a single console, though.
Yeah, the first...
No, not on a single console.
Not on a single console, but,
Oh
my god, like
what about, like, Gears?
Like, Gears, Resistance,
yeah, Resistance, yeah. Killzone?
Killzone, all except for Shadowfall. The main ones came out, and then Shadowfall was on the PS4, and that was it. But the main games came out before then. My god, all the Ratchet and Clank games.
Ratchet, yeah, Jak and Daxter.
Does the 2013 Tomb Raider count?
Technically no. Damn near though, because
pretty close.
They re-released the second one. That was on the ass end of the PS3, and then they re-released it on the PS4, and then the other two followed shortly after. So that's damn close to being on the same one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not many. Like,
No.
you kind of almost got a trilogy of Spider-Man games of the PS4 one. That was a similar situation.
Tekken 1, 2, and 3 were on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. And
Well-
it's just like a shitty, like, tie-in, like, you know, like those old tie-in TV and movie games. Like,
Yeah.
I can't really
Maybe.
think of any.
Yeah, it's not a lot. It's kind of
Yeah, because even
scary how
Halo was not on the same console. It was not the same console generation. It was different,
Yeah, it's
I believe.
It's fucking crazy. All right. CD Projekt Red is the only company allowed access to the backbone of Unreal Engine 5 to add proprietary Red Engine technology. So, it looks like Cyberpunk and the games, so like the Witcher 4 and that are going to be on Unreal Engine 5, but they're going to chuck in all the shit from the Red Engine in it to make it work better in Unreal Engine 5. So we're going to get a better working, prettier version of Cyberpunk in the next one, and it'll run good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and hopefully it won't take nearly a year to make it like a functional game.
Yeah,
The
hopefully not.
decision to switch to Unreal came after Epic showed CDPR its Matrix demo before it was made public. CDPR ultimately begged a strong collaboration with Epic and the privileged position to be able to add proprietary tech on top of Unreal. Epic allowed us into the black box of the Unreal Engine. I think we're the only company right now that actually does that outside of Epic itself, to fiddle with it so we could actually do co-building one of the biggest techs out there. The rationale is that we wanted to be able to tell more stories without having to worry about the foundation of the engine itself. Epic gave us that backbone, so now we can still build around and differentiate ourselves. That's pretty crazy that they're like, no, just add your shit in. Just go there. Like, the only other time I can think of that is when Kojima used the Decima engine for his games, and he was like, this is all the stuff that I did for it here, and just threw it back at Guerrilla Games, the Horizon developers. Were like, we just let you keep all that stuff because you let us use the engine. It's like, oh, okay. It's not often that they let you just screw around inside your own engine and do stuff with it. All right, where was... I've got a lot of stuff going on with these guys, so I got to make sure that I got the right one here. Oh, man, these pictures are unhinged. Where the crap is... Oh, my gosh. Go back up here. Where was it? Guys, I swear I'm unprofessional. Okay, I've been doing podcasting for a while. Okay, so... I learned recently in a thing that Diana from Pragmata actually had, like, a character police to make sure that she was made correctly. Pragmata Diana was checked by in-house Diana police within development team to ensure she didn't become too cute or annoying. The mindset was also reflected in the acting, with Naoya Tamiya, who played Diana, recalls being instructed during the first recording session to not make her too cute, but to speak naturally like a child. Rather than just amplifying her cuteness, adjustments were made in the directions of toning down as well. That to me was like, we don't want it to be another annoying kid helper. And I openly said that Diana is now the standard for gaming companions. I mean that with all my heart. If you can't make them as useful and, like, heartfelt and good as Diana, don't try it. Like, that character should not have worked as well as it did. And when they go out of their way to go, by the way, we're putting in a specific force to make sure that we do not make another annoying, dumbass kid character that no one likes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or make her just so, like, over-the-top annoying.
Yes.
Because I can't stand that in games.
Yes.
It's
Okay.
the reason why I don't play Genshin Impact. One of the many reasons.
Oh god, you know, that might be a whole thing. Like, I could get on Hoyoverse and its fan base. Like,
Yeah,
let's not even go there.
We don't need to get into that. Alright, so, there was a really dumb thing that happened with Halo.
Oh, yeah, there was.
There was. So, for those of you
Lest
that...
it be forgotten.
Yeah, so... There were... I gotta make sure I get this in the right thing here. So, there was a thing that happened where the Halo pre-order thing came out talking about split screen. And there was a thing where if you were on PS5, it listed that you needed to have... If you wanted to do local co-op...
As in
local couch
Yeah.
co-op, you needed to have 2 people with PSN accounts, which isn't that bad. You just sign into them. You can have it on multiple systems. It's not a big thing. But they also had to be linked to Microsoft accounts.
Yeah. Yep.
And a PlayStation account is not and they said that you needed to have a PlayStation Plus account as well to do local co-op. So
It's
they
just
said
insane.
this was posted by all their stuff, and then there was a royal shitfire online, and then they updated it, and their exact words were, now this, it sounds like, I want you to see this explanation, and you tell me if it was a, oh, we mistyped that wrong, or, oh, fuck, they didn't like that, so we backtracked. We incorrectly stated that PlayStation Plus is required for local co-op split screen. Local split screen co-op requires a PlayStation account for each player and does not require PlayStation Plus. Why did you mention PlayStation Plus 2 sentences later then? It wasn't like you added an extra word.
Can you say cover and ass?
And ass, yeah. So then they also had to retype it and put PlayStation. If you're playing split screen on a local co-op on PS5, both players will need to be signed into PlayStation accounts and linked, and it's in bold lettering. A PlayStation Plus account is not required for local split screen co-op. Yeah, a lot of people were thinking that this was just a way to get people pissed off about Halo and have it fail on PlayStation. I'm like, all right, guys, we need to calm down. I don't think they're that much of a psyop, but like, let's calm down here. All right, so yeah, there was that stupidity, and then we got some more stuff.
Yeah.
We got some more stuff for GTA here. Zelnick says you're going to be astonished by what Rockstar has planned for GTA 6's marketing. His exact words were, "We are in the business of eating red meat for breakfast. We're not selling hamburgers, we're selling a unique art form. The summer campaign starts in 3 days. Rockstar has been planning it for months. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I hope it's something good because, like, people are already pre-ordering this thing like crazy. Obviously, it's supposedly there's 40 million pre-orders yet. They've not shown a lick of gameplay at all.
Nope.
Like, there's supposedly scenes in there that show you walking around and other things that you haven't caught, but there hasn't been any gameplay. Now, I'm going to be that person to say, if it plays as good or better than Red Dead Redemption, then it's got good gameplay in it. But it's still weird to me that they're waiting this long to show gameplay. But they said it's going to start in a few days. It is what it is. Yeah.
Well, they eat red meat for breakfast, so
yeah.
Who am I to doubt them?
Who are you to doubt them? Exactly. All right. I wish more. This next thing, I wish more companies would do. This, I genuinely think is awesome. So, Burger Motorsports is shutting down their company for the day of the Grand Theft Auto release. To all staff,
is that really their name? Burger
Yes.
Motorsports?
It's probably the last name is Burger something. Like, I have people with the last name Burger over by me.
Right after you said we're not selling burgers. Okay.
Yes. Burger Motorsports will be observing a temporary company-wide operational pause on Thursday, November 19, 2026. After reviewing multiple employee scheduling conflicts, management has determined that the normal business operations may be impacted due to the release of Grand Theft Auto 6. Several team members have already notified management that they will be unavailable, unreachable, and or in Vice City during the duration of the day. As a result, the following departments may experience delays: customer support, order and processing, shipping, engineering, social media, and general productivity. Normal business operations are expected to resume once employees have completed their initial exploration and have finished at least one mission and returned to reality. We appreciate your patience and understanding during this unprecedented cultural event. Sincerely, Burger Motorsports Management.
Are we gonna have GTA 6 Day? Because I don't doubt that happening in today's.
GTA 6 Day, I see people having a lot of GTA Day off.
Yeah, but I mean, no, I mean, like, is this gonna become like some kind of weird, like, everybody's gonna take the day off and then it just becomes a de facto holiday?
No, I do not see that happening because it would have happened with Red Dead and it would have happened with GTA 5. So I see it just being a big thing, but there wouldn't be a whatever.
You know what? If they have a GTA, they could find a way to make a national strike without it looking political. I'm just saying.
Right.
I'm just saying
What
GTA 6 could probably bring down the economy.
I mean, if you want to.
Probably good.
It's better than some of the
Good.
dumb shit I've seen suggested to me. What if we take all of our money out of the bank one day, let it crash and then put our money back in? What do you mean they don't keep all of our money in the bank at one time and that won't work? Oh, maybe I don't understand how the economy works and I should stop saying dumb things. Maybe you should. Good God. They wore blankets over their heads?
Oh, so people couldn't identify them.
Oh.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That's
'cause
right.
I was lost. I'm like, did we start a terrorist group that was supporting Taylor Swift? I mean, more than normal. We call ourselves the Ecologilists. All right. Now, this is the rumored specs of GTA. GTA 6 info leak rumor. Map size 3 times the size of RDR2. The game is 250 gigs. 30% of enterable interiors, buildings you would expect to already be able to enter in, like clubs, motels, hotels, gyms, and etc., don't count. 52-hour main story length speed run and 3K plus world events and side missions. Now, the 52-hour main story with the speed run, I could believe because I did everything in one run of Red Dead, and I put in 130 hours. So I could very much see that being a real thing. And I will tell, this is going to sound horrible, but they've openly said, or it's big time rumored that there's supposedly going to be like real life influencers and a bunch of other things that are like just around the world in GTA. And I've seen enough people saying that the entire first day that they have with GTA is just going to be them driving around and running over influencers. Which I'm like,
You know, to be fair,
I like that.
yeah, I don't hate that. I don't hate what the players are doing with that. I hate the fact that it exists, but I don't hate what they're doing with it.
Yes. All right. So, all right, guys, I'm going to play a little game here.
Oh?
This is going to hurt. I know it sounds bad, but we're going to play a little game here. Now, SanDisk, as many people know, is a memory company. They've made certain things. They're a technological company. They've released an Optimus G6 Pro NVMe SSD for the PS5. I want to play a little game here. I want you guys to guess what this SSD that is 8 terabytes costs on sale.
Let's see, terabytes. Well, I could do
An SSD that's 8 terabytes?
8 terabytes.
All right, so mine, let's see. My SSD, let's see hard drive. That's I think it's a 1. That cost me about
$2,500.
So I'm imagining it's going to be at least in the $1,000 range.
Keanu, you said 2,500?
Yes.
Mike?
I'm gonna say no less than 1,000.
No less than
My
1,000.
Oh, how much is it?
All right, I'm going to show you. This is on sale. You'll notice to the right what the actual price is when it isn't on sale.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My fucking PC! Oh my god!
Also, anyone that buys this, I need to have a long, hard chat. Everybody, we're going to bring it in. Xbox don't got to worry about it because they don't do whatever. But this is an available option on Xbox and PlayStations. Xbox, I don't believe you have to pay for this, but on PlayStation, you have to pay $10 a month just to have PlayStation Plus. I know that we get really sad if we don't see the pretty little icons on your system there with all your games lined up at once and all downloaded at one time because we know you're playing 8,000 games at once. There's this crazy thing called cloud storage. A save is like 250 megabytes. Maybe. Send it into the cloud. When you want to play the game again, download it back down.
Yep.
These systems come with terabyte and 2 terabyte drives. We have yet to get a game that takes a terabyte. If Grand Theft Auto fucking 6 is not a terabyte, none of it's gonna be that for the rest of this console generation. Delete your games off your fucking console. Stop buying these SSDs for no reason. Stop it! You're part of the problem. God. All right. Now, to show that I'm not a PlayStation show, I'm going to show you that PlayStation's being sued. All right. PlayStation faces a class action lawsuit over how digital purchases are presented on the PlayStation Store. Plaintiffs argue that the buttons Buy Now and Confirm Purchase give the customer the impression that they're purchasing and owning a game when they're actually receiving a license to use it. The case is based on a California law that took into effect in 2025, requiring companies to clearly inform customers when they are buying a license instead of owning a digital product. Sony's checkout page includes a notice stating that the purchases are a license under a software product license agreement, but the lawsuit claims the disclosure is too easy to overlook. The complaint argues that the labels such as Buy Now and Confirm Purchase can lead to customers believing they're obtaining a permanent ownership. Sony has I think at this point, we need to understand that that's just a thing that happens, and suing to change lingo isn't doing anything. It's a digital thing. You're not getting an actual... Did you hear about the movies going away because of licensing? That I did hear about, yes. That they're ripping stuff out of...
Oh yeah, that's horseshit.
That is another thing I was going to bring up. That one, to me, is a billion times worse. That actual purchase stuff is being ripped out of people's libraries. Which, I didn't know people were buying stuff like movies on there. That, to me, is weird.
They used to have the PlayStation Video Store where you could buy movies.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, and they even had some exclusives that they produced for it specifically, I believe.
I vaguely remember that.
I guess I just never used it.
This was years ago now. It's been gone for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, like wasn't this like right around the same time Sony introduced like Blu-ray around like PS3?
Maybe?
When it originally came out, I think so, yeah. And then it became a bigger thing during the PS4 because a lot of people were kind of migrating movie libraries and stuff to digital.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. Yeah, and then when they lose licensing agreements, then it all goes away.
Yeah,
Uh.
it's just one of those things where
Yeah.
I don't know how you get that there without having a license to put it in a certain way. And yeah, PS4 did have a 4K. It did have a.
Mhm.
It had a Blu-ray player, but not a 4K one. Not the original PS4s.
Yeah, the original PS4s did not.
It just had a Blu-ray player, not a 4K one, though.
Yeah.
I believe that came with the Pro. Actually, I don't even think the Pro had a 4K.
No, the
either.
Pro didn't have one.
No, I believe that started with a 5.
Yeah.
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 Because that irritated me.
Because that's the reason. One of the reasons why I got an Xbox One X was because it had a 4K player.
Yeah, and then the company that invented the technology didn't. That was so dumb.
That was so weird, man.
It was so stupid. Gosh, it's dumb.
So my original PS4, I remember like the hard drive basically got corrupted or it just broke down.
Oh, really? Oh, mine
And,
did on mine as well. Eventually,
Or not
it
the
stopped
hard drive,
working.
the disk drive. The disk
Yes,
drive broke
yes.
down on mine.
Yep.
So yeah, the disk drive broke down on mine, and so I then was able to buy a PS4 Pro,
Mhm.
and yeah, and the Pro did not have a 4K player.
Yeah. The disc drive on my Pro started
was
getting
really
like,
good, so.
I bought the PlayStation, obviously, the PS5, and then a friend of mine really badly wanted to like play Horizon and like test out some other stuff because she wanted to like get into some console gaming because she only really did Nintendo. So then I lent her my PS4 Pro. I'm like, I don't need this. Just here, take Horizon, take a bunch of stuff. And like the disc drive started giving out after I gave it to her. I
Oh,
never
no.
had issues.
Oh,
I don't know if it's just because I moved it after how many years, but yeah, it started crapping out as soon as it got to her.
Oh,
But she was the one person that during COVID I helped get a PS5 for a regular price. So I was very happy I was able to help do that. That and Josh.
that's cool.
Yes.
That and Josh, yeah.
Yeah. That one was awesome. That was back when they weren't as much in the wild, but oh God. So, all right. We're going to get the last one in here before we stop talking about Xbox for the day. Sean Layden says that Xbox shows a basic misunderstanding of games industry works with their recent mixed messaging and looming studio closures. So I'm not going to get into the whole thing here because it's basically just Sean Layden saying, hey, Xbox, you being stupid. But the other closure that's coming up possibly is the State of Decay developers. So that would be 4 studios, but the other one they're now considering canceling progress on and shutting down Arcade Leon, which is making Blade.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know what cosmic karma is against getting a Blade property up in the air.
Oh, jeez.
You know, maybe it's not karma. Maybe it's just systemic racism.
Yeah.
You
It
know?
might be that.
We can only have one black superhero, and it ain't gonna be Blade. And it's supposed to be starting tomorrow because their financial year ends today. So it's going to be and they openly said that the Xbox of July is going to be a different Xbox of June. So
That honestly scares me.
it scares me too. I know that, and I hope that a lot of people are protected. I know there is some unionized workers that are inside some Xbox game studios. So I'm just hoping for the best, but there's a lot of details from insiders coming out that show that it's going to be 1,000,000,000 times worse than anyone's expecting. And who the hell was the guy that said that Asha wants to sunset Xbox, Kiona?
Seamus Blackley, the
Seamus
co-creator of one of the co-creators of the Xbox.
Yeah, that's starting to sound a lot more.
Yeah. Yep.
A lot more real.
Because I would like them to spin off into their own division, but I don't think that that's a likely scenario.
It's also not good.
Yeah, it also wouldn't be good for them, honestly. But I mean, I would like them to maintain some kind of independence away from their corporate overlords, is what I'm saying. But like the fact
Financially,
that, yeah, financially they're not going to last, and I think that I don't think that they want to do that. I don't think that Microsoft as a parent company wants to do that, and I think
Okay.
that they're going to just end up folding them in. And I think
Yeah.
we are going to see the Xbox brand sunset.
It's going to be Microsoft Gaming. I've said it for years now, but it's going to end up being Microsoft Gaming because at this point, the Xbox brand is almost harmful.
Yeah, I mean it's basically like Chernobyl at this point.
It's just you can't bring it up without them thinking, oh, what have they done? Whatever badly. It's just
I thought,
They-
honestly, I thought that it was bad enough last year when we were talking about all the doom and gloom surrounding it. And then we had that brief period of like, oh, maybe things might be getting slightly better.
Asha's
And,
doing common sense stuff. They changed it to Xbox, and everything was better.
Oh, yeah, obviously. Yeah, that was the change.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, but one last one. Hey guys, remember when a lot like again, I'm not trying to stick it specifically for PlayStation, but a lot of people were saying that PlayStation gamers are the cancer of the gaming community because of them consistently being on top and all this other stuff, and they don't give Xbox a chance. And if the shoe was on the other foot, they would be more cheery like Xbox people are. I'm going to show you in the shit pit of Twitter one of the nicest versions of Xbox fanboy, and the people that do part of their PR have said they want Asha to deal with the studio closures.
Oh boy.
God. What?
What does that even mean?
That means that if one of their companies was making a game that was multi-platform, shut down that company, that developer. Shut down every developer that was making a cross-platform game. Which includes 343 Industries.
Mr. Funko Pop PFP, I'm sure you have some great enlightened opinions, but maybe also shut up.
Yeah, that's one of the nicest versions of what the people on that side are saying should be done with these closures, and more of, we're behind you, Asha, whatever you decide, shut down as much as you need to. I'm not saying it's a cult, but it is legitimately a fucking cult.
Oh, capitalist daddy, thank you. Let me kiss them boots some more.
God.
Is that
so
shit on your boot today? It just gives it some extra flavor.
Yeah, there's some crushed interns under that boot. It tastes so much better today. Fucking God. All right, one last thing from Rockstar here. Rockstar has announced that anyone who owns the digital version of Grand Theft Auto 5 on PS4 or Xbox One will receive a free upgrade with the current generation of the game. That's really cool. I thought that was great to just throw in because corporate overlords don't do that often. That's why they made 68 different re-releases of fucking Grand Theft Auto 5. Epic has detailed Unreal Engine 6 and revealed how it's integrated AI models so that developers can reduce tedious work.
I feel like the crash is imminent because, boy, the
Yep.
last couple of months they've really been trying to shove this. And people are like, we don't want this. I mean, here's the thing. Don't you think if devs wanted it, they would have asked for it?
You'd think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you would think. But that's not how anyone thinks. All right. A little bit about PlayStation and PC here. There is no case-by-case for PlayStation single-player games. All exclusives are going forward. There is no ambiguity about their strategy. During a town hall a few weeks ago, Herman Hills told the staff that their single-player narrative games will be PlayStation only. He explained that they were inconsistent with their PC releases, they didn't make enough money, and that they want to keep their IP aligned with their own platform, and confirmed this from two different people that he heard about it. PlayStation broke down how little they made from PSC ports compared to PlayStation Plus. PlayStation made more money from PlayStation Plus in 12 months than they've made from the whole PC porting strategy in the last 6 years. And
Did you see Layden's response to that?
Yeah, he says they should stop doing that.
He says, well, he said something about his idea was that because they were trying to do a more, they were trying to do like a strategy of getting their IP out in front of people, and that's the reason why he was pushing for the PC ports. And then obviously it didn't work out.
It didn't work out because they didn't want to do the same thing that Xbox did, where they're like, hey, play it on your PC too, day one, same day. What do you mean no one wants to buy our console because they have a PC?
Did they ever do a day one release though? That was a PC release as well.
They did one for some indie games. Oh, we watched it on a live stream. I can't remember what they were. There were some indie games that released day one on PlayStation Plus. I can't remember what they were.
But none of their big games, right?
None of their big games, no. They all were like a year or like 6 months after.
Like
when
18
they had
months.
Their tail. Yeah,
some of them were.
Some were longer, but it started averaging around 6 months to a year. PlayStation Plus, Sony's network services were predominantly driven by PlayStation subscriptions, bringing in a massive revenue. Reports indicate that Sony made $5 billion in network services revenue in a single year from subscriptions, cash which dwarfs individual sales. PC port strategy. A former PC planning manager LinkedIn resume revealed that PlayStation's PC unit generated $300 million in yet revenue over a 3-year span. Now, I will admit,
that's fine if they don't want to do it.
I will admit, you're not going to get the highest sales if you're getting people that are going to wait. But also, on the other hand, you're going to get the opposite effect of where if you say you can just buy it on a computer, why the fuck are they going to buy it on your console?
Yeah.
So that's why it's just like, if you're going to have an exclusive, it needs to be an actual exclusive. Otherwise, they don't work a lot of ways. That's why everyone's like, well, everybody else puts their games on. I'm like, because those companies don't make them as exclusives. They make them as, I want everyone to buy my thing everywhere. And they also had data rolling out that single-player games get bought 8 to 2 on fucking PlayStations anyway, so there's no point in them putting on fucking computers. Oh. All right. Shinji Mikami, this is something more of, I don't know if either of Mike or Bree, if you guys watch Let's Plays at all, but Shinji Mikami, the creator of Resident Evil, recently shared his thoughts on game streams and playthrough videos, saying that great games should make people want to play them themselves. Speaking about watching games online, if viewers watch a playthrough of a game all the way to the end and are satisfied with just that, then it wasn't that good of a game. Our job is to make games that leave people wanting to clear them with their own hands, even if you've watched someone else do it, so keep streaming.
I mean, I 1000% agree. I mean, it should almost be like a commercial for your game.
It should be, but I'm also going to say to the degree, though, and there's games that I know I wouldn't want to play, but I sure as fuck would want to watch. Like, I would watch Josh play Death Stranding. I would not play Death Stranding. So I get both ends of that, but there's also games where, like, I'm not going to beat a FromSoft game. I would watch someone else beat one, though. So, like... I get it.
They were also talking about this with the Final Fantasy VII Revelation devs. Also, we're talking about this, too.
Yeah.
Where they were like, that's why we're introducing some choices into the narrative.
Yeah. So
that will change things in some way.
Yeah, I get it from both ends. I really, truly do.
Yeah.
It's to me, it's a case-by-case basis. So.
I don't watch a lot of gameplay, to tell you the truth, other than if I'm, like, looking for something or looking for strategies or something like that. But I don't really watch, like, a full playthrough of games, generally.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all right. Couple few more small things, then we're going to be on to Supergirl here. Several Nagoshi Studio team members confirmed they left the studio and moved on to other Capcom and Itsuno companies. It's just more people going on to be at the more action-oriented companies there. Chinese publisher giant Tencent is reportedly in talks to exit some of its investments it previously made in Japanese game development studios, even if it means selling back its shares at a loss.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's almost like you shouldn't have bought all that shit hoping to get sold and then not get sold. All right, so I am going to go get a water and do something because I have not seen Supergirl.
Yeah. So
Okay.
So,
No, I
Brock-
haven't either, but I don't care about spoilers.
I will be right back.
Brock and I will do our 0 hour review probably Friday night. So, Kiona, how much do you want to get into the movie? Spoilers or otherwise?
Being that it just came out, I don't know that we really want to spoil.
Message
Like,
me
I
on
wouldn't-
Facebook
I
when you
wouldn't
guys
spoil
are
so
done.
much of it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
We can at least do our general
It's up to you.
thoughts.
All right. I'm just adding this.
Yes, yes.
Just, I thought it was thematically relevant.
Also, Mike.
considering our star.
Also, Mike, if you want me on the oh god, what do you call
Zero
hour
hour?
podcast? Yeah, let me know if you want me on
Sure.
that. But yeah, otherwise we can just save it for that live stream thing if we're still going through with that. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. You want to lead off the discussion, Mike?
Okay, I'll go very basic because I'm going to
Okay.
expand on this once I see the movie a second time and
Yeah, same.
the spoilers. Overall, I really liked it. I think Millie Alcock is fantastic as the titular character. Her dynamic with Ruthie, while not completely fully developed, I think works for the story that they're trying to tell. Jason Momoa is just born to play Lobo. Like, everyone who even saw the first Aquaman movie has said, yeah, no, that's Lobo. I like the world building quite a bit. Instead of lazily comparing this to Guardians of the Galaxy, I think of this more as like True Grit in space meets Mad Max. Which I think sells the movie a little bit better. The only things I don't really like are, as much as I love the flashbacks themselves, I think the sequencing of them kind of takes away from more development we could have had with Ruthie. But other than that, like, I don't think this is the worst. I don't think this is the worst DC movie ever.
It's certainly not the worst Supergirl movie.
Good God, no.
Certainly is not.
Kiona, what are your general thoughts?
I too, I also like the movie. I think that it was fairly well done. I think I have a little more issues than you did with it. I feel like some of the pacing was a little bit slow. Maybe some of the editing was, just in terms of like where they put certain scenes was a little bit weird. There are valid criticisms to be had about this movie for sure. I don't get the fact that people are saying that like Krem is like the worst villain ever. I think his motivations are pretty easy to understand, and I feel like the whole thing about him and the brigands I think it's a pretty understandable villain. I think that it's getting overblown, the fact that he's boring or whatever. Like, I just feel like the movie does a good enough job of telling you who he is through, like, just generally the way that the guy, like his physical performance told me everything that I needed to know about him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just his movements and everything, and the way that he would like invade other characters' spaces and stuff, and just like, you could argue whether or not it was a good adaptation of the character from the books, because the character from the books is a very different looking character.
Yeah, like I think that was even the point of his design in the book, that like he appears like those like swashbuckling heroes of like the classic serials.
I think that could have worked in the movie as well. Like if they had made him a more like, a more He-Man-esque character per se, or a more Conan the Barbarian-esque character. and
Yeah.
just have that be like a little bit of a, you know, maybe they didn't want to go with that because it is fairly generic in terms of what you would do, and like it's such an obvious visual maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like the movie a lot, and I think that as an adaptation, whether or not you like it, as an adaptation of Woman of Tomorrow, I feel like that's going to be up to the viewer, and that's a valid criticism if you don't like it, and if you do think it's okay, then that's fine too.
Do you think?
I know
do you
the
think
ending
people
is
who have-
divisive, though.
Oh yeah, I have my thoughts on the ending,
Yeah.
but what I was going to ask, do you think that people who have not read the book should wait till after they see the movie, just so they're not like
Yeah,
going
Yeah,
into the
maybe
movie
don't
with the
read it
wrong
first.
mindset?
maybe don't read it first. Yeah. I know that that's weird to say about a movie that's been pitched as an adaptation of the story, but honestly, I mean, I feel like to a degree, like, you know, like we had the same problem with novelization with novels back in the day when they would adapt them into movies and stuff too, where it's like, you know, do you read the book first before going in to see the movie? You know, how do you handle that in terms of like, is it going to affect your response or how you see the movie, you know,
Yeah.
in terms of how you would rate it or how you would review it. Yeah, I think that there's definitely something to be said there for that. Just because adaptations are in general going to be different. There's going to be differences, and there's going to be like, you know, like the art style is not going to be faithfully translated ever, I don't think, because especially when it comes to a comic, because it's just different. It's a different medium.
Yeah, exactly. And also, shoot, I lost my train of thought, but it was something along the lines of, I think both the source material and the movie should, like, they both have a right to exist, and
Yeah.
I think the big difference between the two is one kind of exists as like a standalone story, while the other
Yeah.
one is still relatively standalone, which is
Yep.
kind of rare for like a modern day superhero movie, but it's still like distinctly part of the DCU.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
By the way, I love David Cornsweet as Superman. He
I
just
love him
is,
so much.
He just
He's
is
so
the
good.
character now.
Yeah, he's so good. It's like his, you know, when he becomes a part of this movie, you know, they show it in the trailers. When he steps into this movie, it's so effortless. You know what I mean? Like, it's so effortless. It's just there. It just happens. And I would even say that I found that with Millie Alcock's character as well, when I saw her in the Superman movie, even though we didn't know, you know, we didn't know like exactly what she would bring when she was the character, but I felt like that was an effortless cameo in a way.
Oh yeah.
Just of that version of Supergirl, you know, the version of Supergirl that is kind of a hot mess.
My favorite thing about the DCU so far is that every project has felt different, but it all feels like it belongs in the same universe.
Yeah. Agree.
Any final thoughts before I let Brock back in?
I was just gonna say that I like the ending. I like the twist at the end, in terms of like what she does at the very end of the movie. I'm not gonna say it exactly, but I think that it just establishes who she is versus who Clark is, and I think that it also. I was sad that they took away the line, the reading of the Clark sees the best in people and I see the truth. I was kind of sad that they changed that line reading in the movie. It did kind of make sense, but I missed the trailer.
Yeah, as much as I like the trailer version, I also kind of appreciate how just nonchalant it became in the context of that scene.
Yeah, I mean, it made sense that she wouldn't be as cynical about it, but I do miss that line reading because I do think that, you know. Anyway, yeah,
we will continue talking in greater depth later, but
Yeah.
overall,
Yeah.
I would genuinely say go see the movie.
Yeah, me too.
Or at the very least,
Absolutely.
like at the very least, go in, leave all your expectations out the door, and
Yeah.
hopefully you still have a good time.
Go see the movie and make up your own mind about it. And if you still don't like it, you know, if you go into it not liking, or what I'm trying to say is, if you come in, you see the movie, and then you come out of it and you say like, okay, I don't like this movie, then that's fine. You know, and
Yeah.
it's for valid reasons and stuff like that. But it's not just because, you know, you don't find Millie Alcock attractive for whatever
Jesus.
reason, or it's, you know, like, you can criticize the narrative, the script writing, the storytelling, the way that they add songs and incorporate music into the movie and stuff like that, and that's fine. That's all valid. But like in terms of hating the movie just to hate it, or just because some idiot on YouTube says to hate it because of whatever reason,
Yeah.
I don't think that's a valid reason to not like this movie.
Brock, you want to say the line?
We don't deserve women. I like that. Don't tell me what it is.
Mhm.
Do not tell me what the song is. Don't tell me what. I have heard
Mhm.
one thing from
Mhm.
almost everybody about this movie, and it cannot be what everybody's saying it is. I have had upwards of 10 people tell me that the worst needle drop in the history of movies is in this movie.
I don't think it's the worst.
I'm not going to tell you what the song is. I'm just
I
going to
don't think it's the
say
worst.
Is it not good, though?
no.
It's oddly placed.
Okay.
The song itself is like
The song itself
is good.
beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like beautifully sang, and like, you know, the person did a really good job. But I think that like it's a valid criticism to say that it's oddly placed. Yes.
Okay. All right. That's just, I don't know what the song is. I've never seen what the song is. I just told that so many times. I'm like, it cannot be that bad.
I don't think I hated it as much as like a lot of people, or disliked it as many people have. But you know that part of Captain Marvel where they have just a girl playing?
Yeah.
It's similar to that in terms of like it's a little
being on
jarring.
the nose.
It's
Okay.
a little on the nose, and it's a little jarring to just
Right.
be in that moment, and then to hear like a pop song going off.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Okay.
So I would agree.
So then I might not, because that was one where I didn't hate that nearly as much as most people did. Was
Yeah,
the Marvel
yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought it was fine. It was just on the nose, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, for sure.
But then
Oh, for sure.
I got dragged over the coals for liking the scene in Endgame where it's like,
Yeah.
the A-Force scene or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Like,
I like that.
whatever.
I like that scene. I just wish it would have been done differently.
Yeah, it could have been done a little bit less on the nose. I feel like the problem is that all these things are just so in your face on the nose, like it's
Yeah.
just so obvious, and then they make the obvious choice.
Yes.
You know?
And if they would
But
have
yeah.
done that with any other character other than Captain Marvel,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna bring in the 7 people to help Captain Marvel, who just took out a Leviathan class mega ship by
Yeah,
herself.
and she would have taken out Thanos if he hadn't used the Power Stone.
I was like, if you would have gave that fucking thing to Shuri, and she's like, I don't know how you're gonna make it, and then Captain Marvel
Yeah.
shows up and be like, she's got help. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Just like, fucking God. And, like, I love women empowerment, but that one scene could have used some tweaking. Didn't hate it as a moment overall. It just could have been done a little bit differently. Okay, speaking of things that could be done differently, Hollywood studios are now searching Reddit for new short story ideas to turn into movies following the success of The Backrooms.
Gee, talking about learning the wrong lesson.
You know what?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what they should search Reddit? I think that they should make a movie out of that guy that described vaginas as poorly made interfaces.
No.
You know, the crazy thing is, there's actually like a thing in like African lore about like a vagina monster, so that's actually like not the toughest thing I've heard.
That's also how Maui dies in the original tale of Moana.
Oh yeah, that's right.
a conversation topic I never thought I was going to be able to bring up ever. Speaking of which, does everybody remember in Blade 3 when they talked about one of the vampires having vagina dentata?
I barely remember that.
Blade 3 was a trip. Everybody remember that classic?
Oh yeah, one of the movies.
That was one of the moviest movies to ever movie. The movie that Ryan Reynolds and Wesley Snipes faked a multi-decade long hatred of each other when they never hated each other.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's funny. All right. Rumor. Sony may be selling Spider-Man rights back to Marvel after the Spider-Verse movie is done. According to the source, Sony and Marvel are currently in quiet discussions regarding the future of the Spider-Man partnership. While a renewal of the deal is expected after the current films, there are also reports suggesting that Sony is considering a potential sale of the Spider-Man IP rights once the Spider-Verse wraps up. The thinking behind this is that Sony believes they've already maximized the value of the character and could secure significant financial deal while still retaining some producer and distribution rights. Nothing has been confirmed, but a lot will likely depend on how Brand New Day performs at the box office, which they are in partnerships with Sony to make sure that with Marvel to make sure those films go right.
So basically, it sounds like Sony wants to do a Universal and just be like, fuck it, let's just give all our creative control over to Marvel.
Sony has decided that the world truly isn't ready for their second crack at Morbius, so instead of making so much money, they're just going to sell it back because they would just crash the world's economy with how many people would want to watch it.
And also, because of not this Sony leadership, but prior, I don't think this is as crazy as people sound. Because I think a lot of people forget Sony doesn't have the merchandising rights to Spider-Man anymore.
No.
They haven't in like a hot minute.
No, they don't. They also don't have the TV animation rights either.
Yeah, they only have the TV live action rights. Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, I still need to catch up with Spider-Noir.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so, which is like crazy, because the time I've been in Disney parks and, back when Disney stores were a thing, RIP, they had quite a bit of Spider-Verse toys.
Yeah.
For like a non-Disney movie.
Yeah, Umbreon. That's why Spectacular was killed off. And that's why Ultimate started. Because Disney got the rights back, baby! So let's kill off the best Spider-Man cartoon you've had since the original!
Wasn't that also the reason they killed off Earth's Mightiest Heroes?
I believe
that was a good chunk of it, yeah. Again, you had the Avengers version of the Justice League cartoon. And you just went, what if we just stop doing that?
And we just made the, Avengers version of, like, Nickelback. Yeah, where it's passable. It's not a good show. But it's not dog shit.
It's just bad. And it was like, what if we took this lighthearted show that had serious topics, toned down all the color, stripped away all the unique animation designs, and just went, it's dark and gritty.
God, that year is so weird because remember that weird fucking Guardians of the Galaxy show where Fidel voiced Star-Lord?
Yeah, I do. That was something. It was really weird. All right, speaking of weird, a Ned spin-off series is reportedly in the works at Prime Video, described as Marvel's Andor.
What?
No.
How in the world can you...
The only thing... Wait! Let me cook here. The only way I can see this happening is if they actually make a series showing him turning into Hobgoblin.
Yeah.
Because they brought up in No Way Home that he's able to use sling rings and stuff because of his family's heritage. So...
They did. They did do that.
Yeah. So, we're going to have to see what they do with that, but I'm like... I saw that description and I'm like, I have to put this in here. Marvel's Andor?
How?
I don't even understand.
Do you have Tony Gilroy? Because that's the only appropriate comparison. Is he a showrunner on this? No?
No. And by the way, I have to say it like this because they were all capital letters. Ned is what the show is going to be called.
Oh God!
David Ellison.
Why? Who asked for this?
Hey man,
One person, apparently.
The CEO of Sex needs to have his own show. David Ellison has met with James Gunn and Peter Safran ahead of the WB Paramount merger. He's pretty open to what we're doing. He's a big fan. He's been great with us. He's giving us kind of what we want.
Barf.
I don't trust this.
Yeah, well, eesh. I don't know.
I mean, I want to be optimistic only because I'm selfish and I just want the DCU to continue. But I don't trust this.
Nope, I wouldn't either.
Why wouldn't you trust David Ellison?
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Why?
Even snake oil salesman wouldn't trust him.
God, I don't know what you're talking about. All right. Samsung, SK Hynix, and Micron. Oh! I actually did know about that. I didn't know about that.
Oh yeah.
I did
You
know
talking
about
about-
that.
Are you talking about Toy Biz?
I think I remember that whole scandal. I didn't remember certain parts of it. But yeah,
Because I feel like that was the thing.
yeah. All right. So Samsung, SK Hynix, and Micron are now facing a federal antitrust lawsuit in the U.S. that accuses them of working together to keep
Yep.
RAM production artificially low, leading to higher RAM prices. The lawsuit claims that companies limited supply while demand continued to grow. According to the complaint, this allowed memory prices to rise faster as creating a RAM apocalypse. The lawsuit seeks class action status and asks for damages on behalf of businesses and consumers who allegedly paid inflated prices for products containing RAM memory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I hope they get sued out of their fucking shorts because
Yeah, I hope so too.
and hopefully it helps fix the stupid fucking RAM problems.
I know.
All right. Comic book news for once. The story of Spider-Man horror comic book series have been revealed. A young man transformed into a hideous spider hybrid by ruthless Oscorp Corporation. Their pursuit for eternal life. When Oscorp begins to use secrets unlocked by his mutation to create more human-animal hybrids, he must embrace his grotesque new form to fight back.
That sounds almost like they're using some plot threads from the Amazing Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, like
I was wondering if anyone else is going to catch that.
Yeah, that with a little bit of like Man Bat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you guys remember in The Amazing Spider-Man 2 when he fell into a vat of eels and the electricity fixed his gap in his teeth?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Good
and
times.
that he did a dubstep version of the Itsy Bitsy Spider.
I fucking love that. That movie is not perfect, but I love that scene so much. I have had people talk about that movie has some of the highest highs in any Spider-Man movie ever.
It
Best,
does.
best costume.
But
It also has some of the lowest
Yeah.
lows in any Spider-Man movie ever.
Yeah.
It's like
That movie's a roller coaster.
I feel like the chemistry though was there between
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Gwen and Peter,
yeah.
between Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gwen and Peter for sure. And like everybody in that movie, I feel that is the most there's too many cooks in the kitchen movie I think I've ever watched in my life.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Cause like the whole thing with I genuinely actually liked the idea of the Goblin being like a weird fucked up deformity that the Osborns have.
Mhm.
That I thought was actually kind of cool because for those that don't know, the ultimate form of Goblin is a fucking mutated giant goblin creature,
Yeah.
which was cool. And the idea of a super nerdy shut-in who idolizes Superman or Spider-Man all of a sudden feeling like he betrayed him and then becoming an enemy of him is not a bad idea.
They just
No.
did that already
They
in
just-
another franchise.
Yeah,
yes, they
it's-
did. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
very Riddler. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
But-
It's just. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I didn't think about it that way. Yeah, you're right. It's 100% the Batman Forever, but just the way they handled it was so ass. And they introduced like BJ
Yeah.
Novak as the guy with the Spider Slayers, which I still want to see in live
Oh.
action so much. We will never see the
That's
Spider
true.
Slayer robots. And then they had Felicity Jones as
Black
It's
Cat.
Felicia Hardy.
as Felicia Hardy, which was such a knockout of the fucking park casting. They
That
were
would have
just
been great.
laying these pieces that would have been so great, but then they just Smythe, thank you, Alistair Smythe. And then they had to ramrod in Goblin to get rid of Gwen. And they had like 3 different versions of endings to where one involves his dad coming back at his gravestone. They had MJ with Detergent Girl. Divergent Detergent.
Shailene Woodley.
You mean
Shailene-
Aaron Rodgers' ex?
Yeah, Shailene Woodley. They
Shailene
they
Woodley.
shot scenes with MJ with her. They had no idea how to end this movie. It could have been. Oh,
No, this is
Ah.
the problem is this movie could have been like a trilogy.
oh yeah.
That's
Yeah, it
what I'm
could've been.
saying. Like, I think the worst thing, the most egregious thing is obviously the heart of these movies were like Garfield and Stone's like chemistry.
They were.
They really, if they were gonna do the death of Gwen Stacy, they really should have waited till the 3rd movie to do that.
I honestly, the one thing that didn't upset me is that she died in this movie. It upset me is that they just went from 5 to 90 miles per hour in doing it in the last 2 minutes of this movie.
Yeah, like the actual death, I feel like they did a good adaptation of.
Yes.
Unfortunately, when it comes to it as a whole, but it's just so funny with like Gwen now, because like a couple years after that, you know, they had like Spider-Verse Gwen, and now
Spider-Gwen.
that's
Hmm.
yeah, and that's kind of like almost the default for the character now, which is kind of crazy.
It pretty much is. Yeah.
It is kind of crazy. And this is never going to happen. I repeat, this is never going to happen. If somehow we see Emma Stone come back, but she's Spider-Gwen,
Yeah. I would love that.
That would be sick.
I will actually fucking implode in that theater.
I've always loved that idea.
Oh, that'd be so good. She was so great. You cannot clone the chemistry that Garfield and Stone had in those movies. You just
true.
can't.
You can't.
Like I believe that Zendaya and Tom are fantastic, but they
Mhm.
don't have the chemistry that those two did.
Oh no,
They
definitely
like,
don't.
not.
like honestly, you could actually see their chemistry more IRL. If you
Yes.
remember the lip sync battle thing,
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I like you could see in her eyes that moment saying, "I'm gonna marry him someday."
Oh yeah. And I'm not gonna bring up. There's a clip during some junket. I can't remember what it was for, and people might know what I'm talking about. But there's a scene. This is
No.
inappropriate, but this is highly inappropriate. But there is a scene where Tom goes like this. Make it so you can see my hand. Goes like this. And he's like, and then I've got to be doing this repeatedly, and his hand is in a very intense motion, like this. And I'm gonna guess Zendaya didn't think she was on camera, but like all of a sudden you see Zendaya look down and partially bite her lip at the form of Tom's hands, and I'm like, girl, you're in a press junket right now.
She doesn't fucking care. She's Zendaya.
God, I was like, God, they
No,
are fucking
but-
wow.
No, but like watching that clip now, it's like so fucking funny.
Yeah, no, those two are their chemistry in real life is just off the charts. The bad part is I feel like now that we're getting the movie with Destin that they could have good chemistry. I want them to do someone else. I don't think we need to have 6 movies with Peter only ever having MJ and Ned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we need to get in, if it's not Gwen, Robbie Robertson, not Cat Grant. Her last name's Grant. What's her name that works at the Bugle?
Oh,
Um,
Betty Brant.
Betty
Betty
Brant.
Brant.
That's what it is. Yeah. and I love those two. Don't get me
Felicia
wrong.
Hardy for sure.
Felicia
They gotta do
Hardy,
something.
something. I love those two. I do. But dear God, if we're gonna get another trilogy of movies with him, MJ needs to be done. And the way I have heard Zendaya talk at press junkets, she might be.
Mm.
She said some choice words and some very last things about this where it's sounding like.
I mean, I would not be shocked if the plot of this is him learning to let MJ go.
I don't know
Have
if
we,
I don't know
have
if
we
MJ's
s-
going to have to let go. But
have
anyway,
we seen this universe's version of, or this movie, the MCU version of Gwen?
no,
No.
you have not.
Hmm.
You had because he had another. Oh, dang it! What's her name?
Liz.
Liz. What's her last
Oh,
name?
Liz Allen.
Liz Allen. That was the only other interest they've shown.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
because they had that.
And then she just kind of vanished off the face of the earth.
She did because it was her whole deal was that she was the Vulture's kid, which that plot twist.
Yeah, that
Beautifully
was
That
executed.
scene in the car with
Oh.
Tom and Michael Keaton when he turns around with a gun, he's like, "I will kill you and everyone that you love." That was in a Spider-Man movie.
How great was Michael Keaton in that role, by the way?
So good. So good.
And how funny is it that he's played Batman, Birdman, and the Vulture?
Also, the behind the scenes that Tom Holland and other people have said that he would just repeatedly say, "I'm Batman" while he was playing the Vulture.
Of course he would. Of course. Why
yeah.
not?
All right. Anyway, speaking of Marvel, Snapchat is reportedly in talks to pay Marvel star Robert Downey Jr. $100 million in stock to become the brand ambassador of their new spec AR glasses. Each pair costs $2,195. Just make it $220. Fuck, these prices drive my OCD insane. Expected to ship fall of 2026.
Hooray.
If you need to spend $100 million on an ambassador, I don't think your $2,000 glasses are that good.
Nope.
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 You could write Stark Tech on the side of them fuckers. I'm not buying
How is
it.
Snapchat making these?
I don't know.
Because we need the
Need all the filters. I guess.
voyeurism glasses so bad.
Yeah, no shit. Are they going to be called Barf? No. No, they are not. All right.
If only.
So we've got one last discussion topic here. Instead of asking, is the DCU in trouble? The real question is, why are fans so quick to give up on hope after one movie underperforms? Because it is then their hope that they can shut a whole thing down and get the thing they want. The problem is nobody fucking knows what they want.
And therein lies the problem.
Nobody at all knows what they want. Because if this movie succeeded, they would still not like this movie.
Yep.
They just are able to hate the movie more because they believe that their version of what would be good would be better than this.
With Sidney
that-
Sweeney.
Yeah, everybody believes what I think this movie should be would be better. That is the biggest underlying problem with all this. You should have done this instead and it would have worked better. Okay. No.
Here's how social media works. If a movie that you don't like underperforms, you get to say, see, nobody likes this movie because nobody went to see it.
Yeah.
But if you don't like it and it makes like $1 billion, you say, oh, well, the audience doesn't know
what
what's
a
good
fucking
for them.
bunch of paid shills shelling out for this garbage.
God.
It's like, okay,
It's like get a new fucking script.
here's one. This last weekend, my nephew's really, well, I didn't see Supergirl yet. My nephew's really badly wanted to see Masters of the Universe, and I was back in town. I took them to see Masters of the Universe. Masters of the Universe is great.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was a fantastic movie. But that you are not getting a sequel. You're just not.
No.
And are we going to say that all of Mattel is in trouble? We probably could say that. But, because one movie failed? No. But you can make good movies. That's not guaranteeing people are going to watch them.
Yeah, just because unfortunately Masters of the Universe just seems to be this decade's Power Rangers.
Yeah.
That's
a very apt comparison.
I hate
Too apt.
I hate how accurate that is because it reminds me how much I hate everyone on this planet for letting that movie fail.
Hey, look, I saw
speaking
it
of
in
which,
theaters.
I saw it.
I did too. I know. All the people with culture saw that movie.
the same could be said for Dungeons and Dragons Honor
That's
Among
another
Thieves.
one.
Honor Among Thieves.
That-
Yeah.
That is one of the only movies, and I mean this to death. I
Such
can't think of another movie where everyone's like, you're just selling this freaking movie based off the IP. In Dungeons and Dragons case, that's what you are selling it on. That is Dungeons and Dragons. There's very few properties where the actual IP is the selling point. Where you go, yeah, I'm watching it because it's Dungeons and Dragons, and that's it. Because I know I'm getting something from Dungeons and Dragons.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't tell you in the past 10 years if I've laughed at any scene in a movie harder than when that illusion spell starts failing. I was
I loved it
fucking
so much.
dying in the movie theater when that came on.
Even just talking about that scene makes me laugh. That's how funny it was.
Like, it's no exaggeration.
Yes.
I had troubles breathing. I was laughing so fucking hard. Kirst Pine's deformed like, God, that was so fucking funny. That whole movie's a masterpiece and no one watched it. Just fucking, damn it, that movie was so good. But getting back to the topic, everyone thinks now they're going to shut this down, get the fuck rid of James Gunn, and they'll get somebody else. I'd hate to break it to y'all. If this DCU fails, you're not getting anything but Batman movies for the next 20 fucking years.
That's
Yep.
right.
And it's not going to be with any of the Batman that you like. Sorry to tell you. I understand not everybody may like it, but this doesn't mean that you should 100% give up on something in the early stages just because you think, well, if one's bad, I'm going to fucking hate all of it because then I'll get a better version. No, you won't.
Also, can I just say, honestly, having a hate boner for James Gunn in 2026 is really fucking lame.
It's really
Yeah.
fucking lame. And as if the reason for your hate boner is because you're used to stroking a different director who doesn't want to work on these movies anymore, hoping that he's going to make them again, it's even dumber.
Yes, it is.
Like, I get that we're all that everything is kind of up in the air with, again, more important things than just my precious DC movies.
Yes.
But, like, the impending Paramount Warner Brothers merger, like, everything is up in the air. But that aside, I still think the wrong lesson that DC would learn from this is to give up and start over.
Yes.
Yeah, like, I think, if anything, they should learn, like, how, can we, like, better develop our strategy? Because here's the thing about Supergirl. I hardly saw any marketing for it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
meanwhile, like, just today, for Spider-Man, there's this clip of, Tom Holland, Peter Parker, and Lionel Messi.
Yeah.
It's
Mm.
not,
That is true.
it's not one footage from, like, clip from the movie. It's just literally, Messi meeting Spider-Man.
Yeah. That's all it is. And like, Spider-Man is Spider-Man. That is part of your marketing. It's fucking Spider-Man. Supergirl didn't have that. At all. And you needed to do better with
It didn't feel like an event the way Superman did last summer.
No, it didn't. And that's going to be part of it where it's like, well, I don't need to support this. It's not going to go on. That's not the one I like. You don't say that, sure, but
You gotta sell it to people saying, well, hey, maybe you will like it.
maybe. I can tell you there's plenty of movies that I wouldn't have originally watched. And I'm going to tell you right now, do you know who's not going to be interested in making more DCU movies, period, at all? Is a movie that's buying your company and is making a merger. Do you think they're going to go, well, yeah, all these people went out of their way to say how much they fucking hated this. Well, we're not going to try that again. You're going to be your guys' own worst enemies if this breaks down. Because, again, as much as I love Batman, I would love to see something else in the next 20 years from DC Studios.
Same.
And you're not going to get that. And you'll get a Batman movie every 4 fucking years, and then you'll be pissed or get nothing else, and you go, maybe I shouldn't have been such an unrelenting dickhead for no reason while I was stroking myself to that Zack Snyder poster in my basement.
Getting back to my optimism, though.
Sorry, was that not optimistic?
No, let me finish.
Okay.
The reason why I don't think we need to worry about the future of DC, again, merger aside,
Yes.
Lanterns is probably going to do well on HBO.
Yes, it probably will.
Clayface being a horror film made for
And cheap
Only-
as fuck.
only $40 million. That's going to easily clean up, especially if the reviews are as strong as the word of mouth is for that CinemaCon footage.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2027 has Man of Tomorrow, which is the first live-action cinematic appearance of Brainiac, which is a villain I've wanted to see pretty much forever.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
And then the Batman 2.
Yes. Oh, I can't wait for that. Seeing Sebastian Stan in a DC movie is going to be a trip.
I just thought of something, but I'm not sure I want to say it because it depends on if we want to keep this joke running through.
Say it.
Oh.
Because we've
Say it.
almost been through this episode without
Say
the
the
running
line.
joke.
Say the line, Bart.
You know what Supergirl was missing?
Noah Centineo. If only they would have put Noah in that damn skirt, then we would
If
have
only Noah Centineo had been cast.
put a blonde wig on that boy and tan up his legs and put him in that skirt.
Like,
And
hope
don't
you
get-
like Lycra, Noah.
And don't put him in safety shorts underneath the skirt either. Let that shit fly. Thong or nothing else.
Oh, he could have saved Masters of the Universe. He could have saved Supergirl. I mean, let's face it. He can do no wrong.
Can do no wrong.
Like I said, Hollywood always learns the wrong lessons.
They learned the wrong lessons. If we just would put Noah Centineo in a thong and a skirt, we would make billions!
Billions!
Noah Centineo would have me jacking off in my basement. I want that on a t-shirt with no context.
But it has to be in Comic
Oh.
Sans.
Noah Centineo could have saved Destiny 2. I'm just saying.
One day, somehow, my cosmic entity of somehow anyone ever noticing me is going to be a montage clip of all the stupid shit we've said about Noah Centineo for no fucking reason.
I need it to happen. The Noah Centineo supercut. The Noah cut.
The Centineo cut. God.
Yes, please. Someone make it happen.
There was this podcast I watched where this guy said he wanted to have me
Random
jerking
ass
off in his
podcast.
basement.
Yes. Yes.
And then they said I'd look really good in a shirt, a skirt, and a thong, and I didn't know what they were talking about.
Oh,
God damn it. What is my life anymore?
Your
Alright.
life
Had
is,
to do it.
you
had
know,
to do it.
Brock, some people need to find Jesus in their life. But what I think the world needs
Jesus does
Noah
need-
Find
Centineo.
Noah
Jesus is Noah
Centineo,
Centineo.
our true Lord and Savior.
At least I need to find Noah Centineo one day.
Oh, God.
We can do
No.
we can do our own podcast called Neo and Noah with blackjack
No,
and hookers. Anyway.
What we need to do is, how they have that fake picture of Ewan McGregor and people think it's Jesus? We need to
Yes.
recreate that photo, but with Noah Centineo.
Why am I signing this restraining order?
Order. And why am I signing this cease and desist?
He's gonna be at a con someday, and I'm just gonna walk up to him and I'm just gonna be like, "Hello."
Hello, I'm Keona of the Zeroing Out podcast that you may have heard of. We talk about you quite a lot. Oh my God, is he like, why? We're not sure. We just can't let the joke die at this point.
At this point, it's just
You know what this is reminding
just
me of?
ubiquitous.
This is reminding me of when in Drake and Josh, when Josh gets the gift of the Oprah signature, but it's on a
Yes.
restraining order.
Oh my God, yes.
Because
Wow, we
you
should go
guys,
for almost 3 hours.
Noah Centineo guarantees success because Black Adam did so. Anyway, we're gonna.
Oh man, I tell you what, I'm gonna change it now. My name from now on is gonna be Noah Simpaneo.
Noah Simpaneo.
Noah Simpaneo.
There we go.
Oh, so
God,
true.
I'm actually fucking crying. Oh my
Thank
god.
you, Prinkle.
Whoa! Jesus Christ. We need to go
That's
to.
great.
We need to go night nights.
I need to
Brock
go
needs
to
to go
bed.
night nights.
I need to go to bed. Bree, where can everybody find you?
Alright, God, do they want to find me? Well, if you want to find me, you can find me on Blue Sky at crazylemur.bsky.social. I am also on Instagram at lemurs1, of which I'm slowly getting better at Instagram. Also, new episode of Late Crap. It is our Pride Month finale for our one Pride episode because June was hella busy for me. But anyway, if you just look at this beautiful thumbnail over here for any of you late bloomers, I have it right here.
There we go.
Oh my god, why is it in the wrong thing? Hold on. Oh, wait.
What?
So anyway, Brock, if you will just gesture, if you want to see this beautiful podcast of this beautiful thumbnail, we talk about 2 hours about
Do I
this
look like
terrible
Vanna
movie.
White?
Yes.
Yes.
Show the Bette Midler and Eastman Kronk.
I'll do my best, Will Smith.
Anyway, if you want to enjoy this beautiful piece of shit and me talk about the story about the time my mom took me to a strip club,
That sounds entertaining as hell.
You
honestly.
know, there's some days where I think I know what this podcast is anymore, and today's not one of them.
anyway, if you want to have a magical time and hear me really do Marka Hamilton expressions and sing really bad covers of Candle in the Wind by Elton John, boy, do I got a podcast for you. So, yeah, check me out there.
Oh my god. I'm dying. Mike, where can everybody find you?
You guys can find me on various social media sites at CaptainK42. You can check out my quick thoughts on
eyes hurt.
letterboxd.com/CoachK42. And you can follow Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and Blue Sky at Renegade Pop Culture. You can also find us on Twitch at twitch.tv/Renegade Pop Culture. You can find us on YouTube at Renegade Pop Culture or Organoid Zero. Find us on Podchaser. Consider supporting our Patreon at patreon.com/Renegade Pop Culture. Listen to all of our podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen, and for some reason, Pandora. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. You need escape? So do we.
Kiona.
I think it's pretty clear that the Pandora's box has been opened. You can find me, hopefully not getting a restraining order from Noah Centineo, over on Twitter at Neoplasmic24. Also, the Destiny 2 ending, by the way, got me my best Twitter post ever. Like, most engagement ever. Like,
Nice.
crazy amount of interactions there. And some people called me delusional. It was fun. Good day. You can also find me on Twitch at Neoplasmic and also on Blue Sky at Neoplasmic.
You can find me attempting to dry my face from how much I've been crying, laughing in the past 20 minutes. Oh, my eyes actually hurt. Yeah, you can find me with my Helga Zoa Santaneo altar in my closet. But no, God, no. Noah, somehow if you ever see these, man, it is a joke.
Hold on.
I don't know how.
have to chase for anything.
Do you remember how John Oliver was going after Adam Driver? This is what we do for Noah Centineo.
You can find me everywhere at Organoid Zero, mainly on Twitch and YouTube. I will be starting back streaming again this week, and then it'll be back to a more normal schedule next week. If you're into cosplaying and such, you can check my Instagram at Organoid Zero.
You gotta put him like right over my face right now.
Dear Jesus. We will see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.